Greetings and welcome to the 1/6 Scale Man proudly presents. You know what time it is and what day it is. This is Funday Sunday, and this is Collectors Lounge International. Glad to have everybody here. As you can see, we have a stacked panel today, with full of intelligent and incredible individuals, and loco. So definitely.
Hold on. I,
So-
I, 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 I gotta touch the beard. Hold on. I gotta touch
Yo,
the
that's
beard.
funny. That's definitely funny. That's definitely too funny. But yeah, you know what? Surprisingly enough, it was crazy because I was like, now how can we do this? Because we know that now there's been a lot already talked about. You know what I mean? Like throughout the entire week. We had the earlier reveals, first day of SDCC, San Diego Comic-Con. We saw the and we'll revisit those. But I want to kind of revisit those briefly, and not really spend too much time on them because we got a lot more to talk about, especially since yesterday's reveal. We had the DC panel, which I've heard some mixed reviews on. A lot of people think that they felt as though they kind of dropped the ball and that there was no reason to have a panel for them. um, so that definitely will be talked about. But then Marvel came through, and I would want to say sort of like a big way. They unveiled, not only their plans for Phase 5, but also an early preview of Phase 6, and we now know that we will basically have an Avengers level event in two Avengers films. And it's crazy. So far, it is basically crazy. And they got like a full slate that they haven't announced. But then we also, Cam was gracious. Yo, Cam, when you send me, like, seriously, bro, when you send me those, I hate when we send stuff through Instagram. You know why? Because if you send a photo, it vanishes quick and you can't get back in.
Right. Yeah, that's the worst part about it.
I hate those things so much, man. But yeah, so we did see the list of slate of what we could possibly see going forward. But what I wanted to do was relate what we know is coming also with our speculations for what Hot Toys will possibly release. You know what I mean? So I wanted to kind of do it that way. But anyway, thank you guys for being here. We got a special guest with us today. The one and only, Gigi allowed my guy to come out and play, and he's with us on the panel today. We got my man Marco. Man, what's going on with you, bro? How you doing, man?
What's going on, guys? I'm doing terrific this morning. Great morning to be a fan of Hot Toys or comic book movies or comic books in general. So no, thank you for having me.
Oh man, I'm so glad to have you here, man. Because like I said, it's a lot to talk about, man. Like a lot of things that weren't expected.
No
I will say right off the bat, I just want to say this, but we'll go into further discussions about it. In my opinion, this is just my opinion. That Black Adam fucking trailer looks incredible. That shit looks incredible. Yeah. I love that Black Adam trailer, man. Like, a lot of people were upset because Cavill didn't show up yesterday. They said there was like, some things. People said that he was going to show up, make an announcement about the future of Superman. I was amongst the minority that was glad that he didn't, because the thing is, I want to be surprised on a whole different level for certain things, and I want to start that surprise with what we'll see in the Black Adam film. So the trailer looks incredible, but we'll get more information about that going forward. But anyway, man, Rich, how you doing, man? How's your day going so far, man?
Awesome, thank you. Again, thanks for having me. I've had a great weekend overall. A lot of family time. We're going on holiday to Poland for a week, so we're just in a few days. So we're just getting ready for that and doing all the kind of usual stuff. It's our daughter's first time ever on a flight, so I do not know how that's going to go. But hyped from all the panel. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm not looking forward to it. Yeah,
You'll
yeah, it'll be fine. She'll be all right. And but the Comic Con stuff, hell of a lot to talk about. And again, like what you said there, I'm disappointed that Cavill wasn't there. But I think at least they could have done something at the end.
Yeah,
just a little tease. Something.
I just, the thing is, it's like the opportunity was there for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I get the simple fact that they're under reconstruction right now with like, the transition acquisition through Discovery. And we know that they're taking a different route. There was an announcement made this week that based on events that what we already knew was that they weren't going to continue with Zack Snyder and his universe. So we already knew that. But you know, we'll talk about that more so later on here. We got my man. Okay, so all of us got t-shirts on, right? This guy decides to show up squeaky clean as always in a polo, man. I mean, to the T. I mean, come on, Shane. What's up, bro? I mean, you need to send us out the memo when you about to just, you know, come in here and flex on everybody with the just cleanliness, man. And you know what they say, cleanliness is next to godliness, and you definitely put on, man. What's going on with you?
Well, thank you. No, I myself and my girlfriend got up really, really early today and went mountain biking at like 7:00, and then came back and went into town and had a nice meal and beer or two. So had to kind of dressed up, you know. So just kind of came from there to here. So that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. How are you all doing? You all good?
Yeah, man, they're all good.
So hello to everyone in the chat.
Yeah, man, straight up, everything is straight. It's so good. And good to have you here, man. It's this fine afternoon, morning for others like Marco. Cam.
It's real early over here.
Yeah, it is, bro. It is. It's super early over there. Cam, what's going on with you, bro?
What's going on, man? Thank you for having me as always, bro. I was late because I was at IHOP, so sorry.
Oh, you went to IHOP?
Yeah, I went to IHOP this morning. I figured take my wife out for us a little bit. You know, nothing too fancy. I don't want to spoil her. So just a little something.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with IHOP.
Did you go pancakes or what, Cam?
Hell yeah.
There you go.
The house of pancakes. The great part is people go and they'll be like, let me get the steak. And I'd be like, the steak? You're here for pancakes, baby. Okay.
Questionable behavior to order a steak at IHOP.
Yeah.
Straight up, man.
I have no idea what an IHOP is.
Oh my God.
House of pancakes.
You make your way over here to the United States, we'll take you to IHOP, bro. Straight up.
I promise.
So
on me. Okay.
Yo, so let me tell you, like, so in Harrisburg, like a couple years back, I think back in 2018. I see the cheers. 2018, they opened the first IHOP here in Pennsylvania. I think it was either 17 or 18. I think it was 2017, 2018, one of those, whatever. They opened the first IHOP here in Harrisburg. And the night that they did it, like a couple weeks, like maybe a month before Christmas. And so what they did was the first day that they announced that they were opening it, they said free food for everybody.
Oh, it was like packed. Oh my God.
Yeah. Like you had to be there first off to get in. And I'm talking about a line to get an IHOP. And I'm like, yo, that's incredibly insane. But
I'd be taking freezer bags with me.
You know what I mean?
For a couple of months.
Free.
It's like free pancake day is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like
you got to get there early.
Yeah.
Free food. Free food.
You definitely got to get there.
I don't have to
early.
make nothing out the kids. Let's go. Let's go. Bring Nana. Bring Nana. Let's go.
Let's go. So yeah, Cam, man, thank you for basically being here today, bro. Definitely, man. Ben, what's going on, man? You just came out of celebrating your daughter's birthday, right? So happy birthday to her.
Thank you. Yeah, it was hell on earth, 2-year-old's birthday party, as you'd imagine. But we made it. I survived. My wife survived the ordeal, and I lived to tell the tale. But no, we've had a great day. It was postponed because of me getting COVID a few weeks back and stuff, and my wife getting it. So it was nice to kind of finally have that celebration and come together. And it was good stuff. And I've come straight home, whacked on my Black Panther necklace, my Black Panther ring. I've forever got Wakanda Forever on my arm. So I'm hype as hell.
You got a tattoo for the show? That is dedication.
I went out this morning and I said,
it says Collector's Lounge.
I mean, I hope it says Wakanda Forever and not like Dickhead or something. But
it says Collector's Lounge. Everybody like and share. That's what it says.
Hell yeah!
Like, subscribe, comment.
Everybody like and share right now. Definitely, you want to do that. So what I'm gonna do? Let me address the chat real quick, man, and then we're gonna kind of dive in here real quick. We got Cam out there talking to everybody out there in the group. We got Darren Parnham here. Thank you for being here. Windman 42 is in the building. Philip the Fool, We got Shiny in the building. Calvin Williams II is in the building. Toy Box. Trevor Weed is in the building. We got Commander Green. H. Green is in the building. Mo Collection. Leonard Armstrong is actually here. Oliver Pilgrim. We have Brendan Salad is in the building. Thank you for being here. Who else we got out there? Braden is in the building. MWJ is in the building. We got Leonard Armstrong is out there. Let's see who else we got. We got Mo Collections in the building. Thank you for being here. Butch is in the building. We got Feezy Figures in the building. Thank you for being here, my guy. Renz Talentino. Let's see who else we got. Figure Focus is out there as always. He's the hitting the light police and all that. So he's policing cats out there. Who else we got? We got Squad Leader in the building. Jonathan Carrias in the building. Vibes is here. Amir is actually out there in the building. Thank you for being here. Yuli the Second Kid is in the building. Who else we got? Let's see here. Tully. We have Benjamin E. Green is in the building. Who else we got? Louis Labitz is here. So definitely thank you for being here today, joining us. DT Artman Mo is in the building. We got Shelved Scenes is in the building. Vibes always. Malika Mabane is in the building. Thank you for being here, my guy. We got the Cologne Collector is out there. Who else we got in the building with us? We got Ryan Smith. And yeah, pretty much everybody is out there on board waiting for us to have this discussion. Now, I'm gonna start with just one thing, because I just want to kind of get everybody's thoughts on this one, because it was one that kind of, well, he'll probably be back here in a minute. His computer's kind of messing up here. Wow. Loco, you back? You coming in, man? You coming in strong? Uh-oh, it's stinking. It's stinking.
He got snapped.
The circle of death.
It's stinking.
Thanos.
It's stinking.
Thanos again. Damn.
It's stinking. It went out and it came back in. It's stinking a little bit. Well, we'll see him in a second. I guess
he'll be back in Secret Wars.
He'll be back in just a second here. Because I want to get his thoughts on a few things as well. Again, a lot to kind of cover, but I wanted to kind of pull something up in here while we waiting on Lou to come through. Now, we got a few releases. We got one particular reveal that I wanted to discuss, because contrary to the simple fact that I did not see the film and I have no plans on seeing the film, I think the figure looks incredible. And I will be getting this, adding it to my Spider-Man collection, because I just have some ideas about it. And I like something that's different, more innovative, but, again, we're ready. We're definitely ready. And, Hot Toys is delivering when it comes to certain things. Let me ask you guys a question, though, before we do this, before we bring it in. And I'm going to start with you first, Shane. Do you think that what we got revealed from San Diego Comic-Con was received and it was good? Do you think that it was good? Do you think it was something that, pretty much you were satisfied about, or do you think that they kind of dropped the ball on a few things? What's your thoughts on
that? It's hard to say, because if you want me to answer that question, assuming everything we saw is going to be released, then the answer is yes, we were spoiled. We know that's not the case. Yeah. Now, I think I'm in the minority here, and I'm not going to dwell on it because I already addressed it last week, and I don't want to be repeating myself, but I don't think the N1 Starfighter is coming. There was no sign of the 1989 112 scale Batwing there this week. I don't think that's coming.
Very true.
I think all those quarter scales, they've thrown out that Mark II Iron Man quarter scale before. Mm-hmm. I don't think we're going to get that. The transparent, don't get me started. I'm not sure if we're going to get that. The beautiful Batman 1989 computer setup that looks like it's drawn directly out of the film or comic book. Will we get that? The Vulture on the screen, I do think we're going to get. My point is that if all of those things, those beautiful items, the N1, the Vulture, the 1989 Batman computer with the diorama base, all those quarter scales, the integrated suit, the T'Challa, the beautiful purple and yellow zip coat Star-Lord T'Challa. If we get all the stuff, we're kind of been spoiled, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
But that's the question. Time will tell if it's enough or if it's not. I'm surprised we didn't get a Toby, and I'm also surprised they didn't take this opportunity to reveal that second wave of the 20th anniversary Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
Surely to God, that was the thing that everyone was waiting. We want to see the Mace, the Padme, or whatever. But you know what? Can we put this in the chat, please? Please. Hashtag Hot Toys Timing. This is, it's hashtag Hot Toys Timing. And just in case anyone doesn't know, it's Christmas time, they release a Pennywise. It's Halloween, they release Winnie the Pooh. It's Hot Toys Timing. So you get that in the chat there if you want to play my little games, please.
Winnie the Pooh's creepy as, if you really think about it. I mean, the guy just doesn't wear trousers like in public.
But yet when he showers, he probably puts a towel around him like Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
So look, in summary, Lael, there was a lot of cool stuff there. I know that personally, and I think a lot of the panel would agree, the 1989 Batman, I'm holding my breath, but I think they're going to release that one. I do think they're going to release the one with the gargoyle base, but if they give us all the stuff that they've shown, we're kind of spoiled. But I think it's a missed opportunity with the lack of second wave of Attack of the Clones, and I think a lot of this stuff isn't going to see production, unfortunately.
I have to really, really concur. I was kind of left a bit let down, sort of, in a sense. Yeah, they gave us some new reveals, they gave us some new pieces, but again, I think they dropped the ball on what we could have seen. At this point, I'm just going to chalk it up and say that we're never going to get a Padme. I just don't think we will, because of the simple fact that they didn't when they had the chance between Star Wars Celebration, SDCC. You know what I mean? They had a chance to do so and they didn't do it. I don't know if they're waiting for D23, but we know we never get figure reveals from what I know from D23 that I haven't seen in a while, at least from what I know. I could be wrong, but nothing of a level of importance. They missed the mark on giving us that second wave, and I don't know why they're waiting. And you're right. We've gotten some of these things that have been revealed, like the 89 Batman, like the N1, we know we're getting Toby and we know we're getting Andrew. So that's going to actually come through. I have no doubt in my mind about that. But my biggest thing is that, and we'll get to that in the very end, because I'm bringing this up for a particular reason. I'm gonna go to you, Marco. Do you think missed opportunity, or you think that everything that we actually got so far, what we see, kind of satisfied you?
Yeah, I will say, being there on the show floor, I was like a kid in a candy store, right? Just like observing all the different hot toys they had on display. Yeah. And it was overwhelming. I didn't make it out to Celebration, so I didn't get that experience to see prototypes in person. So this is my first time, seeing unreleased hot toys, and it was incredible. I get that folks are disappointed, coming off of the summer showcase where they dropped so much heat. And everyone wants some new and shiny things, but just seeing what they had on display, I'm a DC guy, so that alone got me geeked. But I was doing the math on all the heat they have coming up. This is not even counting all the properties we're going to talk about soon. I will be bankrupt by the end of 23, regardless of just based on the stuff that they've announced already. So I get folks want them to always announce new stuff every week. But there's so much heat coming out that I can't personally feel disappointed, because I'm pretty blown away by the lineup that they already have in the queue. So there's no way I can afford all this stuff already. So I'm okay with them pumping the brakes just a little bit here. So, but yeah, I thought the definitely. DC stuff was incredible though. And Shane, I do think that they're going to make that armory. You're doubting a lot here, man, and I don't like this attitude. Lead with positivity.
Marco, trust me, look. There's when I'm talking about these things, there's two different modes activated. One is the logical head and one is the heart. So when people ask me about the Naboo Starfighter, my heart says yes. My friends want it, even though I I won't be able to display it or have it, and I'm not going to get it. My friends want it. I know collectors who want it. My heart says yes, but my head says no. But with the armory, logically, my head's 50-50 and my heart is, yeah, do it. But the promo images, it got me Tupperware vibes. I thought like it's kind of more something you put your salad in. You know?
Yeah, that it was a bit sad to see where it's like, the actual armory, yeah.
Someone called me out on one of my the preview videos I did during the week saying, well, actually, it's not supposed to be transparent, because my point in the video I was making was, I'm a massive Dark Knight fan. This is supposed to be transparent. I'll probably have to go back and watch the film again to see maybe if I've misremembered. And he went, well, actually, it's during the scene where Michael Caine is talking about Burma and some men just want to watch the world burn. It's actually a cage, but when it opens the back see-through, and I was like, no. First of all, that's a different movie.
Yeah.
Second of all, they already released that. It was a cage. I'm not stupid.
Yep.
And then eventually I was like, yeah, you go to about 40 minutes ish in The Dark Knight Rises. It's thereabouts. Sure enough, I went in. I think it's like 39:51. It rises out of the ground. It's that scene in The Dark Knight Rises when Michael Caine is saying, look at this guy, he moves faster. He's talking about Bane. You're old. You can't just strap up your knee. You're not the same man you were, 8 years ago. It's very transparent, but no, it doesn't look like that on display. Now, maybe that's just a rush job. Fingers crossed, Marco. The heart wants it.
Yes, I agree. There's some modifications that need to be made. And I know we got a lot of folks on the panel, so I don't want to take up too much time, but I will just say that Starfighter, I have been saying, they're going to make that for sure. After seeing, I underestimated how massive it is. I still think they're going to make it, but the thing is huge. I don't know that many of us have room in our collection rooms for it, but I think we could make room for a piece like that because it's definitely stunning. And got to get the bank account ready for that alone. So I think a lot. I wasn't disappointed. A lot of heat from Hot Toys, honestly.
So a lot of heat. So you were satisfied with it, and you're okay with the simple fact. Okay, and that's pretty cool, man. Rich, for what you saw so far, your feelings on what we got from a lot of the reveals, even some of the releases. What were your feelings on SDCC?
So, try not to echo everything what these guys have said already, but for me personally, if they had staggered the reveals, they'd done one day Marvel or Star Wars and then DC, and then they'd done it like that, the hype would have been there, I think, more so. With regards to what they have announced, the 89 stuff, all day. I mean, I'm a DC man myself, and that is my thing. And if they do the back computer, I've already got 89 Batman, but it doesn't hurt to get another one. I will get that. I'll probably get the Gargoyle one because I've got the Joker to go with it as well. To go on the Gargoyle, I'd probably do some kind of diorama piece. If they re-release the Batmobile, which I think they will very soon, I think being strategic, by the way, not be too much behind baseball, but with everything that's happening with the Flash, the fact that it's going to be delayed, probably even more so, they've gone, okay, we can't get a Batman figure out or announce something. What we'll do is we'll go back. And we'll go back to the 89 stuff. The hype's there. People like that and the 89 stuff anyway, so they should. So to release this stuff is a good business move as well. So for me, I would 100% have the Bat computer, the Batman. I'd have a 89 Batmobile. I've always wanted one. I would be done then pretty much for a while. And so the rest of the reveals, I mean, I'm happy with a lot that's on there. I hope they do release that Dark Knight Rises transparent one, because I've got the other Armory version, which I really like from the Dark Knight, and I think it would look good. It was on one of the promo pictures when the DX19 was revealed, where he's got the cowl off, and in the background is that Armory, the transparent Armory, on one of those pictures on the promo images. So there's a good chance that they will release that, because obviously they've used that in previous promotion. I really hope that's the case. With regards to everything else, I didn't see anything new from Star Wars. Was there anything new?
They revealed tech.
Right.
Also, we got a chance, like whoever was there got a chance to see Wrecker. I saw Wrecker at Star Wars Celebration, so that was revealed.
Pit Droid,
The Pit Droid, the N1, yeah, you know what I mean. Like, so that those were some of the things that were revealed. The Vader, of course, where I saw the Vader at Star Wars Celebration. So it wasn't too much to be quite honest in the Star Wars realm that they actually touched on, which was really surprising for me. I mean, I'm glad that we actually see the game together when it comes to Bad Batch, but
it's one of the first time they've actually finished a line, isn't it? A team of something, which is great. I mean, how nice is that for a change? And I think the moon. One thing I will mention, Moon Knight. Obviously, it's got the USB light, the light up eyes, which is fantastic because obviously he would look blank without those. And I think that's really good. Obviously, hopefully that incorporate that with the release. I was satisfied. Like the guy said, if they release half the stuff that they've put out there, then happy days. But I think a lot more collectors have to be very selective if they keep on getting everything from every single property. I know I am going to be.
Yeah, that's true. And it makes it, I guess it makes, even kind of like piggybacking off of what, Marcos, has said is that, again, if they would have gave us a whole bunch of reveals. Now, here's the thing. I would have been fine with the reveals. It's the releases, I guess, is, where a lot of people are questioning. But I mean, I understand you don't want to, if we would have got a whole wave, of course, our pockets are already tapped out right now. So
right now.
Exactly. It would have been a totally different situation. It's 89 again. I missed out on the first wave, so I cannot wait for this piece to be released. And I was thinking that maybe this was something set up for what we would have possibly should have seen as far as a trailer or a review or a preview of The Flash, but I guess they're still waiting for that tainted type of conversation.
There's a lot of stink behind that at the moment, and also a still going on process.
But we got Batgirl though. But you know what I mean? It's like we have Batgirl. And he's in Batgirl, so But I don't know. We'll definitely see what's going on with that going forward there. Cam, were you disappointed or were you okay with what we got?
I was okay with a few of the releases. Like I was really excited about the Peacemaker. It's honestly grown on me now that they have all those updates on it. The one thing that I was disappointed in is so many Spider-Man quarter scales. And I was surprised, that they dropped all those, even the black and gold suit. Cause I was like, that one is 6 scale form is still kind of sitting, So I'm surprised that they decided, hey, we're going to go bigger on this when they could have probably put out, a different figure with those same materials and stuff. There are a few on here, like you guys already said, just to reiterate, the N1, I'm kind of like on the fence to see if that's actually going to get dropped or not. I saw some actual pictures of what size it was, I think through Marcos, matter of fact. So I was like, yo, that thing is huge. Like it's
massive.
It's like a small couch. So I was like, oh my God, that thing's gigantic.
The size of my mum if you stand it up.
Small pointy couch.
It was like a little futon. I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, I was like, man, if they actually release that, I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to get it, but are they actually going to put it out is the only question. Were these like teasers just to draw us in and bring us back to be like, oh, they're bringing out great pieces and stuff, instead of saying like, they got all this stuff that went to purgatory. Because if we look back from last year, I mean, there were a couple pieces that actually went to purgatory, but we'll never see those again. So, I mean, I wouldn't say I was completely disappointed. There was a lot of good stuff in there that, like you said, the 1989, the Batman, a lot of people missed out on that the first time around. So this gives people a great opportunity to be able to pick it up this time. So yeah, that was definitely a highlight for sure for me.
Yeah, definitely, man. Again, one of the pieces that I expected sort of, but I just didn't expect it so soon. You know what I mean? I thought that we would probably see this more towards the release of Flash. But it was pleasant. I was pleasantly surprised, but I have to echo everything that Shane said. Yes, you can show us all this, but until it hits pre-order, I'm kind of like reserved. You know what I mean? Because if it hasn't hit pre-order, if we don't basically see it hit pre-order within the next week or so, or 2 weeks, then the skepticism is it's really gonna rise for me. You know what I mean? I'm probably gonna be like, okay, here's Hot Toys doing what Hot Toys normally does. And they have to kind of push us out of that mindset. Like they have to kind of get us out of that mindset because they have to make that move. They've already conditioned us to believe that they won't come through. So I don't know.
We still got the quantum team suit Captain America that was announced years ago from Endgame. That's never going to happen. So if like you said, that mindset is there for us thinking that's never going to happen. Well, let's make sure these do, and then they can kind of redeem themselves. That'd be great.
Yeah. I'm saving Loco for last because he I already know where his mindset's going to go. Ben, what do you think, man? What do you think about the releases, the reveals that we got from SDCC? Were you okay with it, excited, or do you feel like there were some missed opportunities there?
Yeah, I mean, in the most part, I'm okay with it. Like, I think it's temper your hype when it comes to Hot Toys because, and I've seen a couple of posts over the weekend that have gone like, look, guys, this is what we've seen before that never came. And people kind of revisiting that graveyard. And there's so many figures that I would have liked to have seen: Mantas, Yellow Jacket, Rhino. Yeah. So I like you say, we're conditioned now as fans to kind of presume it's not going to come rather than it's going to come, I think, sometimes. And I wish I could kind of be the other side of the coin, but unfortunately I do just look at everything now thinking, okay, well, let's wait for that pre-order. So Star-Lord T'Challa all day long. Really excited for that. It was really nice to kind of finally see the Hawkeye figure next to Kate Bishop's Hawkeye. I'm a massive fan of that show, so I was excited for that. And yes, this bad boy is back on the cards.
Yes.
Yeah, so I actually cancelled my pre-order. Fucking idiot. For Peacemaker. And then they dropped this, and he looks absolutely gorgeous now with his seamless arms, the updated head sculpt, and for me now this is the ultimate kind of Peacemaker figure. So I'm getting this.
Ben, I don't know what's more frustrating, you originally pre-ordering that really shitty looking version or canceling before this. They're both sad. I'm sorry, my friend.
The worst thing is, Marco, I lost about £30 on pre-ordering that shitty little thing as well.
That hurts.
Unbelievable. But no, I am excited that this will, this is one that obviously we will see, and that's very exciting for me. Dioramas and stuff like that, I can kind of give or take really, because for me, that's always going to be a bonus on top of a figure, or that's something to kind of elevate a figure. So if they want to make diorama pieces just to flex, I'm fine with that, because it looks great on a convention floor. And people can kind of do their own thing if they want to. So I think it's hard as well. Like, we had Celebration, then the Summer Showcase, and then this. So we have had a lot, but I've completely forgot about that second wave of Clone Wars until you mentioned it, and now I'm just like, man, like what did they call it? Second wave of Freels or something like. And here we are, still waiting for Kit Fisto, please.
Yes, we are.
No Kit, no Mace, no Padme.
Yes, we are. You're absolutely right. Yes,
the thing that really excited me though, Leo, is that Sideshow Cat Bane, man.
Yeah, I know.
Don't get your hopes up, Ben.
I know. And see, that's where I was going, because I got super excited, but
they're up.
Yeah.
You just have to look at those other Clone War Obi-Wan and Anakin. They look,
that was my thing.
The ones that their faces look like melted wellies.
Yeah,
melted candles.
Like for me, like
it's like they've been out in the sun too long in the soul. Yeah.
Even with the difference in quality, like the evident difference in quality, for paint work and stuff. Like, for me, that version, just the kind of slenderness and the massive kind of brim on the hat, and the face is a little bit more elongated. Like, those are all the kind of design features that I loved about Cad Bane that they kind of, you know, altered for live action. I get why they altered it, and I was still absolutely in love with that live action version. But this is the Cad Bane that you know, made him one of my favorite characters. So I'm actually leaning, famous last words, but I'm leaning towards that one over the Hot Toys one. And now I've said that on the internet, so people can clip that in 2 years' time. And said, you
Careful what you say on the internet. That's how people end up owing other people Peacemaker figures. I'm just saying.
So, okay, Loco, your thoughts on the reveals and the releases? You know, I want to touch on this, you know, briefly, because before we move forward to our next subject, but I want to round this off with something. The reason why I have this discussion is because I'm gonna bring something else up right after we get done here. So what are your thoughts, man?
I'm excited, but this is more of the same from Hot Toys. You know, we're gonna see all of these things. Is it gonna go up for pre-order? Is it gonna go to graveyard? And do we have the space? Because money's not a problem. Money's not a problem. We say money's a problem, but if we wanted to trade it off, get a second job, or just empty out the entire collection and start anew, depending on, you know, what your vibe is. You know, that's your consensus. You know, to see this and be like, I need more space. I need more money. I need this. I need that. Do you really need it, or is it more of you're getting hype? This is the hype train for real, and they're giving us a double dose of hype when they brought out the Keaton Batman. When they brought out the Vulture, when they showed us the entirety of No Way Home, and then the What If stuff. Like, don't forget, we got What If, and then bring out, you know, Star-Lord, T'Challa, you know, and I'm hyped, I'm pumped, I'm eager, and then I'm worried at the same time because space is a problem for me specifically because I collect multiple scales still. And I don't have, you know, that mansion style house where I could have, you know, 50 square feet of extra empty space for stuff like the Naboo fighter, because the N1, that looks great. It looks like it could be something that could come out because they gave us a new diorama. Not diorama, a new stand for it, because the other one we saw on like a acrylic basis, which I think that was like, you know, something to indicate that, oh yeah, this is nice, and that's over at Hong Kong. This right here, it's like, okay, this is something that you will have, but will you have it though? Will you get it? It's damn near 5 feet long. You know, it's huge. This is not a Batmobile we're talking about. And even at, you know, your word said it yourself. You have the smaller but still high and heavy duty tumbler. And yes, you're having an issue placing it because it's so big. So, you know, some people have the space for it, some people don't. For me, I'm being a little bit more reserved because there's a lot of people pulling out some good stuff. A lot of people putting out heavy duty stuff. Same thing with Storm Collectibles with those ninjas from Mortal Kombat. Them things are fire too.
Oh, those look so good, Loco.
Bro, but we still have to be reserved in what we're seeing because we still got the Shang-Chi movie stuff coming out. We still got, you know, Loki stuff coming out. We're missing a Loki. We're missing a Cable. So all these things that we're seeing is more of the same. You got delays, you got hopes and dreams, and then you got what actually comes out, and then you have to make decisions after that.
Breaking news, by the way, not really that breaking, but Funko have just released pictures of the Wakanda Forever range, or at least the first wave of range. So potentially,
or spoilers.
No, there's not. It doesn't really spoil, you know, the new Panther or anything like that. So, but yeah, I just wanted to raise that because potentially that could mean Hot Toys might tonight drop something maybe.
Be nice.
It would be nice. But we have to wait and see because these motherfuckers have been known to do some crazy shit.
Hashtag Hot Toys timing.
It's like they're timing all the time, man. So I don't know, but I say this for a specific reason. I wanted to bring this up really quick before we move on for a particular reason. It's because with all of that, with everything that we've been waiting on, with everything that we've actually wanted, with everything that we've talked about, from whether or not we're going to see those releases, whether or not, why they dropped the ball basically on the the second wave of the Star Wars Attack of the Clones. With all of that basically being said, and what we've been talking about all week, pretty much, they decide to give us one reveal that no one saw coming, no one expected to come, and there was like, what the fuck? Even though I like it, and I'm going to get it because, like I said, I just want it for Spider-Man purposes only. I'm disassociating this figure from the film. They gave us Michael Morbius. Like, they revealed Michael Morbius, and it's going up for pre-order. Now, what the fuck are they doing? Like, I guess I want to know what the fuck are they really doing? Like, I get it because I want this because I think it looks beautiful. Say what you will. The accessories that come with this piece, this is Michael Morbius. I'm separating it from the film. I'm a comic book fan. I love his run in Spider-Man, especially me. I love the complete run. I love the simple fact that he's been pretty much an anti-hero throughout. His run-ins with Blade a few times. Like, literally. Exactly. Like, this, I'm going to get this because I love the accessories. Aesthetically, it looks great. I love the head sculpt on that. I don't think we're going to get to it. If they stick with this, I'll be completely fine. It's not the figure that's the problem. It's the fucking timing that they release this when they have everything else still waiting in the wings. We still got basically all these delays, and none of what we actually seen on as far as SDCC, we believe or can believe, until we see it, is going to be released. Is it just me? Is it just me?
It's not
or
just
does
you.
it's not okay? I'm just wondering, like, it's not a bad figure, and I didn't see the film, so I can't double down on why this is something that people won't get. I don't want to see the film. I'm stepping away from the film. I will not watch it because the thing is, I really like Michael Morbius. I love the Morbius character, and I loved it in the books. Substance there, lack of substance in the film, from what I've been told. But anybody want to chime in? I'm not even going to talk. Does anybody want to chime in and tell me and make sure it's not just me?
I want to come in because
go ahead.
For me, always, relative to individuals, but for me, it was one of the worst comic book movies we've ever had. And that's including your early naughty stuff. Like, it was rotten. I find it really hard. Like, I've got such a disdain for that film that I find it really hard to detach this face right now that we see, to detach it from the film and say that I'm going to have it in my collection to kind of represent the comic book version or whatever. Because honestly, Leo, like, I cannot tell you how bad that film is, and how much it misrepresents the character, how much it misrepresents movie making. It's fabulously awful. So yeah, I find it a very strange choice, but I did comment on Cam's live stream when he was discussing this, that for me, this reeks of Hellboy sequel figure, where you've got an absolutely awful film, but kind of a great figure. And it's interesting because it probably will sell, because people like yourself can pick it up and can mentally kind of separate it from what it's actually from and put it in that other scenario. And I'm really happy for you, because I do think it's very cool with the back accessories. I did like the character design. That was probably one thing, but I mean, it was basically every now and then we just go you don't even kind of see it in all of its glory like this for longer than a couple of minutes anyway. So yeah, like it's just a really bizarre decision. And again, like timing, because if this had come out when the film was in cinemas, Hot Toys kind of have released it not really knowing what the reaction is, but they know the reaction. They can see reviews, they can see how it's kind of done, and for them to kind of randomly, 4 months after it's been kind of released on like download and stuff, like randomly kind of drop this figure. It's just very strange marketing choices, but
Ben, and I know Loco's going to go off on this, so I just want to have a quick question. Am I the only one that doesn't think this looks good? Because I don't know, he kind of reminds me of my Tia on my dad's side. Like, it just doesn't even look like a good figure to me at all. So maybe I'm the only person, but I haven't seen the movie yet either, but it's all kind of an L in my book.
Yeah. Here's the thing, and I'll let somebody. The reason why for me, it's a buy is because of the simple fact that, again, I'm disassociating it from the film because I haven't seen it. And I have no plans on seeing it, and I will not see it. So I'm separating it from the actual film. But the reason why I'm going to get it is because the encounters in the again, I preface this by saying there's going to be certain things for people, and there's going to be certain things that aren't for people. This is one of them. I'm just getting this solely because of Spider-Man. You know what I mean? And how I want the display based on the imagery and what I thought. Because here's the thing, we talked about this even before the film was released. I was hoping that I had hopes that it would be good, and I always said I wanted a Michael Morbius figure, depending on how they were going to go. I didn't see the film based on things that I heard, and I'm glad I didn't. But the figure, I'm just looking at, for me, what it kind of represents. And I guess being somebody who's outside, who's never seen the film, it bodes a bit more fairly for me than it would be for someone else who actually did see it. So that's why I would go with it. So
listen, here's the reason why this figure was made. Matrix, Neo. It's easy swap, head swap, hand swap. Give him a inner version purple, jacket. This is John Wick if he was a vampire. You get what I'm saying? They had to do it. It was so easy and simple to do. There's nothing really magnificent or glorious about this figure other than the sculpt, right? The sculpt is a monster. It's ugly, like it's supposed to be. I'm with Leo. I haven't seen the film. I am going to get this to round out my Spider-Man collection for the film, but the timing. It's not cool. It wasn't cool whatsoever. But I agree with you. This will be along the lines of Hellboy, where it's going to get slept on, and it might be one of those figures that will eventually become a grail. And I say that lightly, because that means not enough pre-orders. Nobody really wants it. It's going to sit until it sells out for dirt cheap. And then when people want it, when he comes and reprise a role, or just round out the collection like we are, and people see their collection where it's like they got all the villains from Spider-Man with all their Spider-Man from the films. Mm-hmm. That'll be like a trigger for someone to be like, okay, yeah, I want it. But there's such a distaste-hate for this. It's like unbelievable, but still,
I've got a quick thing to say. That's all right. Yeah, I agree with you. If I just have two secs.
Go ahead, bro. I'm done. Like,
thanks, man.
It's just the wrong time.
No, yeah, I agree. I think with this, Hot Toys paid the license to have Morbius. They paid that back in the day, a year or so ago. They got the characters and designs and everything, and they paid a ton of money to make this figure. Yeah, the timing is atrocious. Yes, the film, by all accounts, again, I've not seen it. It's probably one of the only Marvel / tie-in films that I have not seen. And that's saying something. I even watched Elektra back in the day.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, exactly. So I see nearly everything, but this looked atrocious. I like Jared Leto as an actor. He's a great actor. But this, I wouldn't go out and see this. And if I'm not going to see the film, I'm not going to buy the figure. But I understand why people would get this to have a comic accurate version of the 6 scale in their collection, and I respect that a lot. And like you said, Lial, it's not going to be for everybody.
Yeah,
the timing, probably because they've only just got it right.
Yeah,
they've been working on it for months and months and months, and they've only just got it right so they can take those pictures and release it. The thing is that the community pick apart faults.
Yeah.
So if they're releasing something, it needs to be spot on.
Yeah,
because they know that people are going to go, not pre-ordering it, I'm not having it, not, oh, look at this, look at that, and looks like John Cena, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That happens a lot, and I think that they're more wise to it. The timing's not great, but I do believe they've spent a ton of money on it, and they want the money back, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
But it looks all right. I don't mind the figure at all. I think it looks great, but just not for me.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
the
it
thing.
would have done better if we just got a Jared Leto deadpan sculpt as well, because then Jared Leto fan people would have just bought it for a Jared Leto figure.
You know? 30 seconds to Mars.
Oh my god!
And I hate the simple fact that Jared Leto can't. I hate, as good as an actor as he is, in the superhero demographic, he cannot get a fucking win.
He over 2.
He can't. He tries to
I don't know
oversell
whether
it.
he deserved as much hate as he got in Joker. Like, I think the Suicide Squad was just bad direction and writing, but like this, he's bad in this film as well. Like, he has to take a lot of responsibility for how bloody beige he is in this film.
Right.
Real quick, I'm gonna say this. I know why they also did this. They've been giving us horrific looking monster creature figures. If you want to go with the zombies, we got the zombie Deadpool that dropped. We got Dead Strange, and they showed us a zombie version of Cap. Monsters, like, okay, if this is a way for us to throw it in there while we strike when the eye is hot for scope and detail, people are loving it, let's throw this in, even though it wasn't well received. Let's just throw it out there and see what we could collect from it. This is like, I'll say though, that throw it into the fire and see if it burns.
I think my problem is that, like, so I like the figure looks good, but it's like, if we can get these figures from shitty movies, why can't we get all the figures from good movies that we want?
Facts.
Like Okoye.
Facts.
Why can't we get Okoye? Why can't we get the whole line?
Instead, they made the whitest character possible.
And then, like, we can't get a Wong.
So
I can't get a Wong.
gray.
Like, I'm like, bro. I'm like, it's confusing why they pick these and pick and choose. And even spoiler alert, if you saw the ending credit scene of this movie, we're gonna see this character again. They could have just waited. Maybe when the movie came out, if they did a Sinister Six and he was in there, like an adaptation, different version with him and Kraven in it, or with Vulture, then that would have been cool. But it's like, why now, bro? It's so much stuff they haven't put out. Like, we ain't got no Jane Foster, Miss Marvel, we ain't got shit from that. Doctor Strange line still ain't done yet. So why this? You know what I'm saying? You could have done this down the line and just snuck it in there, and it still would have sat even just like it will now. So it's like,
that's the thing, is like their strategy, their marketing strategy, and then on top of that, how they pick and choose. It's like, it's funny that you can't, like, no one that I know of has actually had an interview or a sit down talk with anyone from Hot Toys to really understand where they are going, because they have full confidence that they don't need to be as transparent as they need to be with us as collectors. They feel as though they don't really necessarily have to, and quite frankly, okay, that's cool, that's fine, but we are the ones who are paying for your figures. So I mean, we kind of deserve to know something, like I mean, at least to know, like, especially if you're doing something like this again. Like, it was a great point to bring up that Hellboy, like, that movie was terrible, but then they put out the figure and it was okay. Mind you, I sold mine. I just had to put that out there. It was dope, but I had to sell it. I just needed to kind of make space to clear out for other things that I have coming. But this, again, I mean, I'm just outside of the spectrum when it comes to that film. I'm just like not even associating it with the film. I'm just looking at what we actually get with the figure and how well I think it would look, you know, up against a classic suit Spider-Man, or, you know, within that particular fold. I would love to see something like that. So that's where I'm going to kind of go. You can even, you know, pose it with your zombie line if you want to. Again, you know, it's something to take a look at and say, okay, there's an opportunity there. Did I pre-order this piece? No, because I know it's going to sit and it's going to be available, but I will get it. You know what I mean? But again, it's just timing for these pieces. All in all, and my personal feeling before we basically move on. Shane, I know you probably had a lot to say about this piece because you didn't say shit right now when it comes to it. You were so reserved right now. You haven't said anything, bro. Do you have any thoughts about it?
No, I'm joking. I'm literally joking. I am not the type of person to rag on a film or say a film's good or bad if I haven't seen it. Yeah. I'm not the type of person to judge a person if I haven't met them. Not the type of person to judge a book if I haven't read it, or give my political opinion if I haven't actually done my research. I haven't seen a movie, so I don't know if the movie's good or not. I know the reviews are bad, but I haven't seen it. I've seen the trailer. The trailer was not good. The trailer told me everything. Not everything I need to know because I haven't seen the film. The trailer told me I don't need to go see this film. This is not for me, but I could be drastically wrong. So I have not seen the film. I don't know if the film's good. So let's push that aside. The figure, it's definitely not for me. It's definitely not for me. It's fairly basic. Positives, the sculpt, yeah, it looks like a zombie. It looks kind of, I know he's not a zombie or whatever, but like it looks like what I saw, those bits of his non-human form in the trailer. Okay. I don't think the sculpted hair looks good at all. I said that in my pre-order preview. Marco, you and me are on the same kind of train of thought when it comes to sculpted hair. We prefer sculpted over rooted with the exception of the in art. Do you think the sculpted hair looks good?
No, I think that might be what's throwing me off because the sculpted hair looks just odd.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a broom and put it on his head and separated the broom. That's what it looks like. You can't unsee it. Don't tell me now. It's a mop. Sorry, a mop. Yeah, exactly. So the magic effects, I know, like myself and Loco, look, we're on this panel because we're different and we all have different opinions. Yeah. Myself and Loco are never going to see eye to eye on the magic effects. I respect that he likes them, and well, I hope he expects that I don't like them. You know what I mean? Because we're different like that. Some people do, some people don't. I don't particularly like the magic effects, but I do think the bat effects look kind of cool. And I see a lot of people saying they're going to use them with their Batman. The tailoring, it's almost like they went, you know what? We'll do that Neo from Resurrections because then we can do a Morbius. We just need to get like the Neo head sculpt and then the zombie version. So yeah, this is 100% not for me. I haven't seen the movie. I highly doubt if I do see the movie. I highly doubt if I actually will ever see the movie. Life's too short. But I highly doubt if I do see the movie that I'll like it, you know? But maybe I'll throw it on, but I haven't seen it. I don't know what it is. And the figure, definitely a pass for me. Just no.
Got you, man. And that's pretty much how I feel about it. I'm never going to see the movie. So that's definitely flushed out. I refuse to watch it. Nah, it's not going to happen. But
can I say one positive thing about this layout? I do like, the fabric, and I think if you or Loco ever get this, master posers like you guys would make a sick diorama, him battling Spider-Man, or okay, there's some redeeming qualities, not for me, and I appreciate what Shane's saying that, we've got different opinions here. And so I think it could be like a stunning figure if your end game is to pose things. But, just as an art piece, I think it's just not looking a bit off.
Yeah. Again, you're absolutely, again, I value everybody's opinion. That's what makes this panel great, is that we all have differences of opinions on certain things, but we can all agree that if a film is bad, it's bad, and there's no coming back from it. And the timing on this bullshit right here, not bullshit as far as the figure, but the timing is bullshit. Especially considering the simple fact that they could have done other things. So it is what it is. I'll rock with it once it's released, and we'll revisit the conversation closer to. Don't know what the hell Sideshow is doing. I mean, Hot Toys is doing. But again, that's them. But I tell you what I am excited about, and that's what's going to move on to the next phase. Speaking of phase, which is the topic of today's conversation, is the future. We want to look at the future. We want to look at basically where we think Hot Toys can go and where the opportunity is. Now, yesterday was SDCC, and we got a lot of content, a lot of special content. A lot of people, and I'm going to preface this by saying this. If you haven't seen the film, and like we can't really comment on certain things, but for us to say that a film without a certain character won't be good, or to say that I won't watch it because this character is not in it, it's sort of like a sort of I get where you're coming from, but you have to give certain things a chance. For anybody and everybody who has seen this trailer, I don't know if you haven't, I don't know if you have. It's a beautiful trailer. It's an emotional trailer. It's something that literally I watched several times last night, and the emotion here, this scene right here, I don't know why, but it teared me up every time I saw it, because you know where this is. You know, why looking at this, you know what this represents.
Yeah.
You know where they're coming from with this scene. There was a lot of emotion coming from it. Angela Bassett had me tearing up listening to her because the pain in her voice. But aesthetically, it looked beautiful. There are opportunities to get figures from this. Now, I don't know if you guys and everybody watched about 2 weeks ago. Cam, you were on the show that day. We talked to NR and we talked to John about where they're going to go with inclusion on ethnic figures. The response that he gave blew my mind. And I wasn't because he's not a good dude. He is a good dude. But what he said that day really it took me back, and it was like, wow, this is where we are. And it kind of exposed what I've been feeling about what goes on in that market.
Yeah.
To say that, well, there's not enough, or there's not too many heroes of ethnicity, was a slap in my face.
Yeah.
It literally was. On that show,
start talking about sports as well.
I
know, and that was like, I was like,
in my fucking face. It literally was a slap in my face. And it wasn't because, again, it's not him. It's the company that he represents. That almost made me want to cancel my decision to buy anything else from the company. Besides that Joker, and then it's a wrap. I don't give a fuck if that Wonder Woman drops or anything else that drops. It was a slap in my face to say that there is not enough ethnicity to really put out figures. Really? When you have Wakanda Forever about the drop, and you have so many, you have the keys to the keys to the kingdom when it comes to a plethora of figures that have the opportunity to be released, and you're going to tell me that there's no space or there's not enough. Really? That to me kind of took me back. Hot Toys, you have a chance. You've given us figures before. You've given us T'Challa. You've given us T'Chaka. You've given us Killmonger. You've given us Shuri. So you've given us
Miles,
right? You've given us figures from this line. You now have a chance to give us Okoye, because you know everybody's been wanting this figure for a while. Okoye has been represented not only in Black Panther, but she's also been represented in What If. She's been represented, even Dora Milaje has been represented in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So their presence is there. And on top of that, there is going to be a running series on Disney Plus for Wakanda. There's opportunity. So to say that is a slap in the face. Now seeing that we have this trailer, and from what I saw, even knowing that we will have, in my opinion, I don't give a fuck what they say in the film, Namor, the first mutant ever to be represented in comics. We're going to actually have that in this particular film, full representation. And if you saw the panel, saw the cast, they were talking fully about how strong representation really means to them if it's done well and it's not something that's flashing your face. And I think from what I've seen in this trailer, it is amazing.
And Lael, can I hop in on the representation piece?
Yes.
The fact that they're making Namor Latino was like,
yes,
that's huge to me. Like, man,
yes.
it's so smart. It's so smart because, right?
I thought you were Irish, Mario. I'm only messing with I thought you were Irish.
Yeah. But yeah, not only is representation important, and like, oh man, it gives me chills to see like Latinos represented like that. Just like Black Panther was so successful, it's like they could have their cake and eat it too. They can give us what we want and characters that represent our cultures on screen, and they can make a shit ton of money doing so, right? We know that people, it just resonates with so many subgroups. So it's just like John's response was very, I felt for the guy. I don't think he meant where he was coming from, but it's like, man, you got to be prepared for a question like that, because you could, at a baseline level, you can make so much money tapping into groups that wouldn't normally buy your figures. So I hope he gets that tightened up for the next time.
Yeah, and the thing is, I want to preface this by saying it's not John, because even when he said it, I felt a bit of hesitance. But to respond with a stereotypical response when you say sports, that's all we're.
He's got to take some responsibility himself, though. I think personally.
I think he was given the party line, to be honest. Sorry, Ben.
Yeah, I mean, I think he could have at that point held his hands up and said that there's work to be done around that, and it's something that is on InArt's radar. Like, that's a very simple response that you could have given. In that situation, I do think that some responsibility falls on him as the spokesperson to not say what he said.
I agree.
I think
100%.
Yeah. And it really.
John's not coming on my channel now. He's cancelled attention seeking.
Somebody in the background opening
just added me to that blacklist.
Listen, and here's the thing: it's not to throw him under the bus, but I think that comment sort of threw the company under the bus and let us know where they're coming from. So there's no expectation, because again, if your plans on releasing the Batman, but you're not going to release Selena Kyle, because basically he said they don't know yet. They don't know what they're doing. That could be coming. But what? The Bat and the Cat was a big promo that was flying the entire time.
I don't know, man. I was watching it from like the outside. I was watching from the outside. Maybe you couldn't see the forest through the trees, man. But from what I heard was, no, they're not doing that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
I just want to go back to the original point, like, because I have seen John on numerous different shows. He's a PR guy. It's his job.
Yeah.
So he's not giving his opinion. He's working for a company, and he's the front man, and he's the only English speaker in that PR.
Yep,
so
he is.
How he handled that, I think maybe he was giving the party line, as in he was like, oh my God, they're not actually going to make these characters. So what do I say here? Yeah. Like, instead of just saying they're not going to make them, he kind of gave you that, but we're making NBA players, which was not okay. Do you know what I mean?
Can I just say something really quickly? With that, you're right. He is a PR man, but he needs some media training, because when he was on your show, Lael, somebody was in the background opening presents or whatever the hell they were doing. It was quite
it was loud.
It sounded like the Riddler.
It was awful. Yeah, it did, didn't it? But it was quite disrespectful generally. I think he could have moved out of the room, or he could have done something. And I think the way he handled that question, if he had had any kind of training like that, he would have gone, I need to talk internally. I'll come back to you, and then I'll give you a response directly. And then you could have put something out there saying this is what their response is and their official response. The fact that he's the only English-speaking person for the organization is a good and a bad thing, because obviously he's getting it Chinese whispers as well, and sometimes it might be misinterpreted. And I think that's he needs to look at how he is now going to put himself forward and the company forward from this point, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of cultural differences when you're talking about another country making mediums for stuff of ethnic groups that they normally I would say they stay closer to their kin, which a lot of us do. But when it comes down to it, they're trying to have a voice that's visual, that's going on panels that Hot Toys don't do. But then again, Hot Toys do ethnic people. They do, Blade. They do Miles. They do, T'Chaka, Black Panther. They do all these characters. And we need more for the representation, but we also want them to acknowledge the fact that was bad. That was bad. There's some things you say, and when you get put in the spot, you were like this, I plead the fifth. Well, here in the States, we say we plead the fifth. Don't want to say nothing. Tight lip, because you just alienated majority, if not half your fan base right there, that are like excited for in-arts, excited for something new, and then you say that. Yeah, we getting sports characters, but we got Innovate for that. And they do hell of a job. We got Blitzway. They do a hell of a job. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Luminars, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. I see at least 10 figures opportunities for Wakanda Forever. Definitely. There's so much. And again, I don't want to jump down and continue to jump down, but it was a poor choice of words. And I bring this up, and I wanted to bring this trailer up because it was beautiful, bro. And Marco, literally, bro, did you watch the panel? Did you watch them have the discussion?
I haven't seen the panel yet. No, I just watched the trailer about 10 times.
Watch the panel and listen to the actor who played Namor. Bro, if you don't cry, if you literally don't cry, if anyone doesn't cry, it's an emotional thing to know that we're getting that representation, to know that. And on top of that, it's Mexican representation, bro. The shit that the fucking government has been given, I mean, literally, and I don't want to make it political, but the shit that they've gone through to now have that representation, Mayan representation, and to see how fucking beautiful, bro. I can't, I'm speech. It's like literally, I watched it. I've been looking at this trailer. I'm just, look at that. Okoye. We have that right there. Again, we have the beautiful Angela Bassett. I mean, look at this right here, bro. Look at these scenes. Look at the things that we are actually seeing with this trailer. Bro, this scene fucking right here was amazing, bro. It was amazing. It was fucking amazing. I'm watching all of this. I'm seeing this, and I'm like, yo. And I don't mean, because I don't want to play it because I don't want to get a strike. The Dormalize, look how beautiful that looks, bro. Look at that. That.
If you don't want to get a strike, do you want me to sing "No Woman, No Cry" over the top? And
bro,
I don't that way.
Bro,
sorry, man,
and I think that was one of my favorite part of it, to be honest with you.
Just the
cinematic movie, how it went from Bob Marley to orchestra
to Kendrick.
Yes.
To Kendrick. It was culture. It was just so much culture involved into one, all different aspects, which I thought was amazing, man.
Yeah, amazing.
Yes. And this scene right here, again, was simply amazing. This speech right here from Angela Bassett was phenomenal. This trailer was a tribute, and it was completely, you see Riri building her first representation. It's sort of like the Mark I armor we got for Iron Man. She's building her representation.
She almost looks like Tony there in the
vest. Exactly,
with the hammer and everything.
With the hammer and everything, and that was the dopest part about this scene. You see Namor, you see, bro, literally. I mean, you can't. He got the wings.
Those trunks are tight, aren't they?
Yeah. You see, and look at that, the water coming over Wakanda. It's going to be an all-out war.
Yeah.
Look at it. Bro,
he looks so good.
No, he does, man.
This right here, bro, and that's what I'm saying. He looks good as Namor, and he looks threatening, and I cannot and this is coming in November. It ain't like we're waiting a whole year out.
No, it's right around the corner.
It's right around the corner that we're going to actually see this. This was fucking magical. And this is what I'm saying, at the fullest. Hot Toys, I'm gonna tell you like this: the ball is literally in your court, because we already know NR dropped the ball. They're going to drop the ball on this. They don't basically have the license to do it, so they have a pass there. But you can't talk shit because you got DC. But there's an opportunity here. There's an opportunity to release these figures. There's an opportunity to give us definitely more representation. I cannot wait to see this film. Marco, I couldn't wait to talk to you after watching this trailer, bro. But you have to, if anybody, go back, watch the panel, and listen to him talk. They were so emotional about it, but it was just when he talked about the representation, he said, look, I'm from the hood. This is exactly what he said. I'm from the hood. He said, so I made it here. So any little kid, young kid, whatever, you can make it here just like I did. I made it here. You know what I mean? Despite everything, I made it here. It was a beautiful speech, bro. And then he said, you know what? Stop. I need to talk to my people in Spanish. And then he went in. Yeah. He went in. He went in, bro. It was amazing. And I'm like, you know what? That's what it's all about, where we can all be represented. And there's basically that space where you can feel like you're a part of something. And they did that with this. And I'm so excited. But I go back and I have to say, we don't know yet if we're going to get a Panther. We know we're getting a Panther because if you saw the end of this trailer, there's going to be a Panther. We know that. But get past the simple fact that, number one, T'Challa's not going to be in this film. You have to understand that. I get it. But that doesn't mean that there's no space in the future to basically see it. Now, my point to you guys, seeing this trailer, has everybody seen it, or who hasn't seen it yet?
I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to go see it, though. After this, I'm going to go see it.
Okay. So I want you need to go see it. And you need to watch the damn panel. You need to see it, and you need to watch that panel.
I'm going to do both.
Exactly. Do both. My question to everybody here. Go ahead, Marco.
Oh, I was just going to say how you got emotional watching the trailer. Like, I think that's going to be pretty much everyone's response. Yeah. I know we were at a party when it dropped, and I threw it up on the big screen TV, and it was like everyone was just silent, and we're like, we got to run it back again. Like, it's just such a beautifully done trailer. It's got me way too hyped for the movie.
I think it's also crazy. Well, not crazy, but I think it's amazing how all walks of life and all different people love this movie because it's so diverse and it involves so many different cultures. Because if you sit here and you ask somebody like, hey, have you seen Infinity War? Have you seen Captain America, Winter Soldier? They're like, no, I haven't seen it. But this movie, it just brought everybody, you know what I'm saying, into the theaters. Even if you're not a fan of superhero movies at all. My grandma saw this. She don't give a damn about a Captain America. Okay.
Yes, grandma.
She was like, I'm going to see that. She was in the theater seeing it. I'm like, you got it in the theater? Damn.
Yeah.
All right. So
I am so hyped. This I'm hype about Wakanda, but I'm also, bro, when I see this, and I'm so glad they went this route because it definitely separates itself from Aquaman. It definitely does. The tone is totally different, and it's more indigenous, and that's what I wanted.
Yeah,
I wanted to see indigenous, and this is what I got so far. Even the garb, they even said that they wanted to go back. They studied Mayan history. They studied ancestry, garb, sacred garb. They wanted to basically make sure that there was full representation and that nothing was untouched. And I think they did that so far. But I'm gonna ask Mark. I'm gonna start with you first, bro. Do you think that? Would you say that going forward, we will see these characters from Hot Toys? Now, again, we're talking about track record here. We know we're going to get something from Wakanda Forever, but do you think we're going to get the representation that we need?
I think we are, honestly, knowing how deep they went down the line, not as deep as we wanted them to, but from the first film, like we got Shuri, we got T'Challa, we got T'Chaka, we got the Throne. Am I missing anyone, or is that
and Killmonger
the main four? And Killmonger. There you go, Killmonger, obviously. So I could see them going and giving us like 5 or 6 figures from this. We need Okoye, we need M'Baku, we need M'Baku, excuse me, and we're gonna need Namor. Like, come on, we're gonna probably need at least 5 or 6 figures from this. So I'm gonna say they're gonna do it because I think this is gonna break records at the box office. You're gonna have the Black and Latino communities going out in droves, and everyone's gonna join. Oh gosh, it's gonna go crazy. This opening weekend is gonna be one of the most fun films to go watch. So I think we're gonna get a lot of figures from this.
Yeah, definitely. And the thing is, it was like, bro, like I can't stress enough, like just the emotion that was running through my blood, watching this. My mother being African American, my father being Cuban, Afro-Cuban. You know what I mean? It's something where I can actually say I was a part of, and seeing this finally where it was represented. I'm definitely happy about this. Shane, what do you feel about this, bro?
I've only watched the trailer once.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't a clue what's going on.
That's the best way to do it.
I'm not going to
know.
pretend that I'm like, oh yeah, and that means this, and I'm going to Easter egg hunting. I don't know. Like the trailer did pull me in. The slowed down cover of the Whalers, yeah, it was just cool. Like, I did catch the Kendrick line at the end. I think it was just one line at the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was one line at the end. So like the music.
It was a mashup. Yeah, that was dope. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. It seemed like, again, plot wise, I haven't a notion what's going on. I don't know what direction they're going to take this in, and that's, I think, a good thing. I like to be confused in the first half an hour and a half of the film, and then it all tied together. Since I've said it before, since Endgame and Far From Home, there's been a lot of duds, and apart from No Way Home, they cannot mess this up.
You're right.
The trailer is solid. I'm going to watch it a few more times and break it down a bit more. I'm sure we're going to learn more over the next coming months. I am looking forward to it. They cannot afford to mess this up. I hope they handle it with the due care and sensitivity and respect to Chadwick Boseman, but also to the character as well. Surely there are some of the brightest, most talented minds working on this from all over the world, and that they just do it right. I have nothing more to say about it. I just hope they do it right. You know what I mean?
Cam, what you think, bro? How do you feel about this, man?
What? It's like I was like, bro, I was so excited. I was at a baseball game yesterday when the trailer dropped, and I think you were the first one to post it. You posted it on Facebook, and I saw it, and I'm out there. It's like 10,000 fans out there screaming, and I'm over here with my phone to my ear trying to watch the shit at the Orioles game, and I'm like, I can't watch it here. I gotta watch it in the car. So I watched it like 3 or 4 times. I came home late in the morning. I watched it again with my wife, just so I can hear the dialogue of Angela Bassett again, bro.
Yeah.
And it was even with the music, and they had that orchestrated mashup together, it made the trailer even more powerful, I think.
Yeah.
You know, just to know that we're not gonna see one of the most favorite characters in the MCU right now, you know, for that representation. And honestly, the first representation that we got besides Sam Wilson, but as a standalone movie, and for not to be able to see that person again, and we know we're not going to see them again, because as you saw when they were, well, I'm not going to say Local Lou ain't seen it, so never mind. So yeah, but I'm super excited about this, man. I wish we could just skip a couple months and it was November 11th tomorrow. So
don't wish your life
just blink.
like that.
I know.
Life's too short.
There was a coma. So
and I love that it's coming in November too, right before Christmas time, man. It's going to be a beautiful thing. Because we got a lot of trailers coming up soon. I think Black Adam releases when?
October 21st.
October. So October, then we got this. It's going to be incredible. But Rich, what you think about this, man?
Again, without repeating what everybody else has said, I was so emotional seeing this trailer this morning. I woke up at 5:30 because of the time difference, and I watched this trailer, and it wasn't just the emotion of what happened to Chadwick and the fact that he'd been battling cancer since 2016, and obviously he passed 2 years ago. Unbelievable actor, tremendous talent, and incredibly sad. But the legacy that Ryan Coogler and Chadwick left from the first one was so heavy, must have been so heavy on everyone's shoulders to make sure they did this right. Already, this trailer alone, in my personal opinion, for Marvel, this trailer itself is the best thing Marvel's done since Endgame. Period.
You're not wrong.
The level of love, just emotion, just everything part of it is just absolutely stunning. The talent on screen is just unbelievable. Angela Bassett, wow. If she don't get an Oscar nomination from this, I don't know what will happen, because she is incredible anyway. I was saying to the guys earlier, she's in a film called What's Love Got to Do With It? She plays Tina Turner. Unbelievable.
Turner.
She's just fantastic in it. And just, I cannot wait to see this film. This has got me more hyped than I've ever been on a Marvel film since Endgame. The recent stuff has been a bit popcorny for me. This seems real, more real to me. And it's got, like Cam was saying earlier about his grandmother, like the universal appeal to this. It's not just about, yes, it's the representation, but it's quality storytelling. Yeah. And I know, well, a lot of the leaks have come out, and I know quite a bit of it I shouldn't have listened, but I'm not going to spoil anything here, obviously. But like, what's going to happen after this is just going to blow it out of the water. It's just going to be unbelievable what's going to happen with the MCU. I'm grateful that this is going to end Phase 4, because it's going to end Phase 4 on a high.
Yeah, definitely.
Because the rest has been all right. This is going to be unbelievable. I cannot wait for this film. It's just going to be absolutely stunning. I can't say much more than that, but it's just fantastic.
Yeah, definitely.
Who's on screen? Sorry, do we know who's on screen?
No.
There's leaks.
That's a Panther. That's a Panther.
I thought it wasn't Spider-Man, all right, yeah.
Hands look skinny. Hands look skinny, though. So.
Yeah, it definitely looks skinny. We don't know which, because the thing is, there's a leak that there's... Just say there's a leak.
Okay. Yeah, there's a leak.
It's called Wakanda Forever for a reason, because there's a leak. But we'll I don't want to kind of go down that lane, but
I read it too, Rich. They sucked me in.
Yeah.
Okay, the less I know, the better.
Yeah, I won't say anything.
It's best that you don't know, but I mean, cinematically right now, this thing looks amazing. And come on, Okoye. They got to give us Okoye. This scene right here.
Tidal wave there looks so good.
So epic, amazing. Because here's the thing. If you know, you know. If you know that basically T'Challa and Namor have had history in comics. History to the point where literally obliteration was a thing between both of them. They have a hatred, a deep hatred for each other. And I think that this is somewhat not coming to fruition in that form, but to see this, oh boy,
it reminds me of the saying, "The sins of a father." You know what I'm saying?
Sins of a father.
It's like you don't know who's behind that mask when you're going after that person. You know what I'm saying? So it reminds me of that type of scenario.
Yeah, you definitely don't know. And again, I cannot wait. I'm glad I have the throne. Toya blessed me with that throne for Christmas. Actually, no, it's for my birthday. So she definitely got this for me. It was actually the first hot toy that she ever got for me. Was this piece. So definitely when she watched the trailer, here's the thing is, like, yesterday we were at we went to Philadelphia. We watched the Harry Potter Symphony. So they basically played the songs from the film. They played the entire score while the film was playing. So we had a chance to basically watch that. It was a beautiful thing. And they dropped this trailer. I said, yeah, there was intermission. I just popped my phone open. I was watching it. Anybody who knows my boy Vinny, he doesn't watch trailers. So I had to wait till he got up and left and went and got, went to the bathroom, got something to eat. And I watched the entire trailer. But yes, such perfection. And again, I'm definitely happy about this piece. Now, again, we've all talked about it. We said that there's definitely an opportunity for them to give us figures from this film, hot toys, the balls in your court. We just have to see. We have to just see where it's going to come, like if we're going to get it, how it's going to be. But hopefully it's something that we'll get, and we can just revel and say, what, hot toys, you're moving forward, you're proving us wrong. I need you to prove me wrong, because that's the most important thing, is that I need you to prove me wrong. But here's the thing. So what I want to do is kind of move forward to the next topic when it comes to trailers. The next trailer that we actually got, one that I kind of mentioned earlier, which was the Black Adam trailer. Did anybody ever have a chance to see that?
Yeah.
The second trailer, no.
Yeah, it's the brand new one. So you didn't see that either, Lou?
Damn,
bro,
Lou!
I've been working. Listen, I work from 9 to 6 in the morning. I come home, kiss my family, and close my eyes, unless I got to do a stream. And plus, I did my stream yesterday, which lasted 3 hours, which is a big thing for me.
Yeah.
And then I had to go take my daughter to the pool like I promised, and then went to sleep, and then went to work. I had no time for the extra stuff for the past 2 days.
Yeah.
Where are your priorities, Lou?
Yeah, where's the priorities, Lou? You gotta
work and family. Work and family, because if I don't have that, my collection burns.
Heard that.
This is Loco.
That's true, man.
Loco.
Halftime, my pastime.
Man, Loco, you need to take a little note that Marco said that. And 3 to 5 years' time, if Marco starts a family, you need to go, where are your priorities, Marco?
Don't worry. My son is still an underling. He still has a lot to learn. So go clean your room, my son.
On it, Dad.
Leal, just before we go into this topic, I'm sorry, I got to do this, man. It's time for a very quick maths lesson. I just has to be done.
Go ahead.
It has to be done. So we have 160 people in the building, and everyone obviously is greatly appreciated. But we only have 79 likes. So according to my calculations, that's 81 likes, 2 less. Come on, folks. It's free. Click the like button.
Click the like button.
I'm done.
Hit that like button unless you want me to kick down your door like a New Yorker.
Hit that like button. Make sure you've done so. You've heard the words from, not just me, but from everybody on this panel. So make sure you hit that like button immediately. Yeah, so we got the Black Adam trailer. Now we already know that Hot Toys actually has the license to this. They've already previewed that months ago. And we know that Black Adam is going to be the first figure that we get from this line. The trailer was phenomenal. From what I've seen, it cinematically looks incredible, especially for a DC film. Like, literally, the cinematics for these films look great. It's just the story. You got to give me a good story.
Yeah. Smart part.
I definitely need a good story. Rich, what did you think about this trailer? And watching the trailer, do you think that we're going to get, a plethora of figures from this, or do you think it's just going to be Black Adam? What do you think?
I think we're going to get 2 versions of Black Adam. I think we're going to get the hooded version and then the normal version.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to get a Dr. Fate. I think that's all we're going to get in regards to figures. I hope that's not the case, because I'd like a Hawkman as well. I think that would look incredible. But being realistic, I think they're going to go 2 to 3 as a max. This trailer was 10 times better than the first one, I think, in my opinion. The first one felt like it being shot in a car park, and there was no real scope to it. It just felt there was no real enemies. He wasn't really fighting anybody. He was just taking on the jets that we saw in 2008 for Iron Man. It was very, very CGI. It was very dusty. It was very kind of like, it just didn't look, none of it looked real to me. And I think they've calmed it down a little bit, which is great. I think Dwayne Johnson, he's an incredible screen presence. The only problem is that the film choices. He's a fantastic movie presence. He's a movie star. He's amazing, but the choices that he's made have not been the best. And I think apart from Pain and Gain, I've not really seen much else where I've thought, he's really stretched himself as an actor. He's had a decade to get this film right. He's been wanting to play his character for such a long time. And he's, I think he'll do a fantastic job. Hopefully we see Superman in this. So for you guys who don't know, there were rumors this week that Henry Cavill was going to appear on the panel for Black Adam and appear with Dwayne. Henry Cavill is represented by the same manager of Dwayne Johnson, who's his ex-wife. So it was kind of like a lot of things could have, if anybody was going to do it, it was going to be Dwayne Johnson, but that didn't happen, and I was really disappointed. I'm a big Cavill fan, but I think there could be something in this where it will, if this does really well, it could very much open it up. And I've seen question and answers afterwards with Dwayne Johnson where he was like asked so many times about Superman. He knows what the fans want. He knows that we need a Superman back and we need Cavill back. But this trailer looks great. I'm really excited by it. I think it's great that it's only going to be October. I did see a Prime 1 statue announced today.
Yeah.
That was really, really nice. I've started dabbling a little bit in third scale of late, and I think this could be one of them for me. I think it looks great. It looks really good. Yeah, I like it a lot. I like that he's going to be killing people. I like he's not just going to be an anti-villain. I can. You know what I mean? I don't know. He's going to be an anti-hero all the time, where they play that a bit too lightly and they don't really do very much. But he looks an absolute badass in this, and I'm really excited about it. So yeah, this trailer's got me really hyped. The first one didn't at all, so I'm pleased to release this one.
Yeah, definitely. Look at that, Dr. Fate.
Oh man, I did see this trailer. I did see it.
Yeah,
I saw it early.
Yeah,
versus eyeballs.
Yeah. This definitely looks good. Cam, what you think about this, bro?
Love the trailer. Looked really great. Like Rich said, I am really glad that he decided to take not a darker route, but more of a comic accurate route with the story of Black Adam, opposed to having him as like an anti-hero. You know, like it makes things more confusing, I think, for the viewers that don't know the comic and the backstory also. I think all of the characters, I guess, like in the Justice Society, it's kind of like Justice Society type group with Cyclone, Atom Smasher, and Dr. Fate. They all look really good. I just really want to see how the story develops, because like you said, that will really make or break this movie. I'm pretty sure 100% the action is going to be incredible, but if it doesn't make sense, it could kind of take away from the story. Even the fact that Kent Nelson, I've never seen Kent Nelson be able to like take off the helmet so much. You know what I'm saying? Just in the trailer alone. Because if you know the story, Dr. Fate, doesn't really allow whoever his
avatar at that time,
avatar at the time really take off the helmet, because they could just escape, because all he is just a helmet. So I don't know. I hope this story makes sense though. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be. And the thing is, because we know, I think this is the Justice Society.
I think so. Yeah.
So this is basically the earlier iterations. So one of his earlier avatars as Dr. Fate. So this is what we're seeing. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how they do it. I mean, I love to seeing Atom Smasher running. That was one of the dopest scene that we actually seen there. So that was incredible. Ben, what do you think about this, man?
Like I'm just I don't know. Like I gotta say, like I'm like, full transparency, I am Mr. Marvel and Batman. Like I've tried for years of being a comic book fan to kind of dabble in other DC stuff, and I've just always kind of struggled with anything beyond Gotham. So I don't have a personal attachment to a lot of the characters here. But for me, like, visually, it's kind of doing nothing that I haven't already seen before. And, like that Wakanda trailer, like it was so vibrant and original in its kind of visuals and the cinematography of, like, the Namor being birthed and stuff like that. It felt so beautiful. And this, for me, just feels very, like, bland. I hate to say it. Do you think that's
intentional, Ben?
Maybe,
it kind of feels like a Zack Snyder verse. Like they're still kind of carrying on the spirit of those films.
Yeah, and like, I am a massive fan of the Snyder Cut. Like, for me, that Snyder Cut made me fall in love with the Justice League movie that I did not like before. And if anything, kind of got me closer to a lot of those characters that I wasn't before as well. But I don't know, for me, something's just not resonating. But it's a comic book movie. Like, I will be there day one, as I always am, ready to kind of, hopefully enjoy this. I'm a massive fan. I'm a wrestling fan, so, like, The Rock is everything to me, and I'll always kind of enjoy seeing him do what he does. And I think the Black Adam character definitely intrigues me. That kind of, not anti-hero, but that kind of, villain reluctantly kind of helping people. Right? I always like those character arcs. So, I'm intrigued, but it's definitely at the bottom of my kind of hype list
for right now. No, I dig it. I definitely understand that, man. I mean, and again, it's something that, here's the thing, is like, unfortunately, we know that DC has a lot to prove, and they have a lot to come back from, because they've been stained these last couple of years by a lot of drama behind the scenes. So there's a lot that we need to see happening going forward. So I don't know. We'll definitely see how that goes. Shane, what did you think, man?
I didn't like the first trailer, and I just logged off there to watch the second trailer, and the second trailer didn't do anything for me either. I feel like I've seen trailers like this 100 times before. Really good special effects visually, but I'm kind of used to that now. It's par for the course. The kind of epic music, I just kind of cringe a bit when I hear it now at this stage, just like the hero music, and then the kind of monologue in the background. Probably didn't help that it was by, I think it's Pierce Brosnan. He's from 20 minutes up the road. So it's like, I don't know, man. It's like, it's I'm not hyped at all for this. It's not for me. I like Zack Snyder for like going back to, like, I liked Watchmen. I know a lot of people didn't. I really liked 300. But there's still a bang off Zack Snyder off this, and I didn't like the Justice League. There's still a bit of a whiff off it, and no, it's not for me.
Got you.
But who knows? I might go see it, and I might be like, and then, you know, obviously if I go see it and I love it, I'll come back in and I'll be like, yeah, I'm so wrong. I was so wrong about that. I really, really enjoyed it. And, you know, I hope it's good. Hope it's good.
Fruition.
What's so weird as well is tonally this seems so starkly different to Shazam, and yet there's such an intrinsic link between
the two,
Shazam and Black Adam. Yeah. So I'm interested to see. So this comes before Shazam, right?
Well, he's definitely, Black Adam definitely comes before Shazam. So right, you know, he is a character itself that has, you know, been around way before Shazam you know, came into existence. So we know that they're going to set up a confrontation between the two. You know, it would be good if there was a confrontation between the three, because it would make more sense. And I would love that. I would love to
Superman's
see it.
The third.
Yeah. And the only, exactly. Superman is preferred. The only leverage that, now the problem is, the leverage that, you know, Black Adam has over Superman is that Superman doesn't do well with magic at all. You know what I mean? He doesn't do well with magic. And that's the leverage that Black Adam, you know, has over him. So it will be a confrontation, and it would be something beautiful to see on screen if they do it. But DC, you know what the fans want. You just have to do it. Marco, what did you think of the trailer, man?
I thought the trailer looked pretty good, honestly. I don't think it's going to be like a ground or earth-shattering movie by any sense, but I think it kind of reminded me of Aquaman, a film that I really liked that I feel like is a bit underrated because it was just a really good time, and that's kind of what this is evoking for me. The DCEU is fascinating, right? Because it's like they've failed in so many respects, but they've also like launched some like good pieces, and so they're kind of holding on to those remnants, right? Because we're going to talk about the Shazam trailer, but like seeing the Flash and Ben Affleck's Batman in that, it's like, okay, what we kind of know the universe is existing in, and so there's still a lot of stuff that from the Zack Snyder universe that I really enjoyed, and so it's cool to see a bit of that carried on here. But I'm hoping that they start, you know, going in a different direction. I thought Dr. Fate looked awesome, and come on, Shane, Pierce Brosnan, James Bond. Come on.
Legend.
We're throwing shade. We're throwing shade at him.
Okay, hang on a second now. If you're talking GoldenEye, I'd be like, yeah, okay, it's one of the better Bond films. Everyone after that. Sorry. I mean,
all right, fair enough.
No.
Those are pretty weak Bond films.
I'm not a Brosnan fan either.
Oh, GoldenEye. Man. All right.
His best what are you talking about? He was
Doubtfire.
Yes, I was about to say that. Me and Shane.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's great in Mrs. Doubtfire. But so in terms of figures, though, this Black Adam figure is going to be fascinating because we know InArt's doing one too. So that's probably means Hot Toys is going to like pull out all the stops, like try to make this, you know, an incredible figure. So I'm really excited about the Black Adam figure. Yeah. And then I hope we get Dr. Fate as well. That would just look so good in figure form. But, you know, all the other heroes, I feel like they probably won't go too far down this line because the movie maybe will only be moderately successful. So, we'll see.
We'll see how it goes. Real quick, we got a super chat by Blurred Dad Life. Just wanted to say what up. And Coogler will be bringing another Best Picture nomination to the MCU. Dr. Fate would be dope AF. So definitely, I believe that. Thank you very much for that, Blurred Dad Life. And then also we had Butch with the $9.99 super chat. He said, "Wow, what a great discussion on the subject of Wakanda Forever." Man, this is what we do. This is why we bring the excellence here with this panel. So it's definitely going to be incredible. Yeah, man. I agree with everybody else has said. Lou, we'll wait on you, man, because you got to watch the trailer. Once you watch,
I've seen it already.
Did you see this version? You saw this one? Because there's this is the updated version.
Oh, the updated version? No, I didn't see the updated version, but I saw the one where he's flying with the jets. He punches it down. You see Hawkeye. You see Atom Smasher. You see Dr. Fate. You get majority of it, and if they add a little bit new tidbits, I could hold off a bit, because the thing is that I still want to be surprised by this film, because this film right here is something that we all have been waiting for. Rock has been talking about it for the longest, and I'm anxious in anticipation to see this film. And it's been a while since I've wanted to see a film from DC very, very, very badly. And just like Ben, I'm a big wrestling fan. I go back to WWF days, bro. And this is basically, I'm gonna wait. I want to be surprised. I can't hold it at the same standard as I do with Marvel, because the track record and stuff. But I get the weirdest feeling watching this film, though. Does anybody see what I'm seeing right now? I'm about to break it down for you. Do you get Injustice video game vibes from this trailer? Like, doesn't it feel like a video game?
Yeah.
And that's what's a little off-putting. That's why I didn't want to, I see it, but I don't want to see no more. I want to be surprised, because something about seeing too much, and it ruins your expectation of the film. And that's another thing. I tried to go into things without expectations just to enjoy it. You know what I mean? And kind of like Love and Thunder. Love and Thunder was a mixed bag, right? But something that Maz told me is to see it through the interpretation of a story being told by Korg. And I'm like, okay, that's solidified. I can see that.
Still
but
trash.
Here,
still trash.
What?
Still trash.
Still trash. Still trash. Still trash.
I swear, layout. I swear
a bad story being told.
Don't test me, layout.
Yeah, a bad one. Bad storytelling. But
you talk about Morbius, bro. I didn't see that movie, but this by far for me was the worst Marvel film of the year.
Jesus Christ!
Go and see Morbius.
Hey, those goats. You got to do those goats, man.
So please see Morbius, and then just so I feel better about that.
So you can feel better.
I can't say Sony, but I can say Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Disney Marvel film. It was the worst film that I've ever seen, literally. And I will never see it again, even when it hits Disney Plus, even when it goes to TNT. Never.
I'm going to buy you a Blu-ray DVD and post it direct.
I will never watch it. It'll sit
with extra footage of the goats.
Yeah, never watch it. But
it was like that Taylor Swift video. Remember that skit a few years ago?
No, I'm
where
lying.
they blended Taylor Swift. No. That's the trouble with the goats. It's funny though. It is funny. The first time.
Oh my god. The first time.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Leon's getting flashbacks.
Yeah, he's getting flashbacks. But to bring it back to topic real quick, the Black Adam, it feels like a video game from the trailers. Like it feels like a video game trailer for PS4 or Xbox. That's what I'm getting from it. And I'm like, I like it and I kind of don't, I'm somewhere in the middle. So I don't want to have too much high expectations, but I don't want to see too much from the film because I'll actually want to see the film. So that's where I'm at with it.
Okay, so moving on. I'm going to move it on basically because, this next film again, and how we're going to round this out here is this next one was a trailer that we actually got yesterday, surprisingly enough. I don't know how everybody felt about the first, but the second, of course, is coming. And I actually quite enjoyed the first film because again, we're talking about Shazam. It was what I grown to expect and come to expect from this franchise and this film. I have to say that Megan Good looks extremely gorgeous in that suit. Again,
Purple's
another
my
thing.
favorite color
Whereas,
too.
again, another scene or another situation to whereas, we're looking at the potential that Hot Toys has to release these figures, but they didn't even give us a Shazam from the first film. So how can I have confidence? You know what I mean? How can I gain confidence? Has anybody seen this trailer besides me? Anybody else? Or they want to weigh in on this?
Yeah,
I haven't seen this one yet. This is the one I haven't seen yet.
Rich, go ahead.
For me personally, I loved the first one. Yeah. I absolutely loved it. I thought Zachary Levi was fantastic in it. I think he's got the boyish charm to it and the excitement in the role itself. And he's a great actor anyway, and I think he's great in this part.
Mm-hmm.
This trailer, though, it's taking a bit of a turn, and I don't know whether or not I love it. And that's the problem. I think what worked in the first one was him excited about being a superhero and what it is like in the comics and stuff. And then maybe too much leaning on the silly and maybe a bit too much of this on the family, which is nice that the family's there. It's great. They were great in the last 5 minutes of the film, spoiler alert. But I don't want there to be too much focus on them when it should be more on him. I'm not feeling Helen Mirren and in this role as the bad guy. I'm not really feeling that villain. Sorry. I'm not really feeling it so much. I'm not as excited on this one as I was the first. I do prefer this costume to the first costume. You can tell it's not as much padding as the first one because
they took that light bright off his chest. I'm happy about that.
Yeah. And I think it looks this one looks a lot more in keeping with, like, if he went against Black Adam now, he would look good.
Yeah.
There were similar kind of costumes, obviously. But if he went against him on the first one, I think he would look very silly in comparison. But yeah, I mean, look at that. I mean, it just looks so random. You got Lucy Liu and Helen Mirren as the villains. Fine if they can do something interesting. But I'm not too sure. It might be a bit forgettable. You might forget it in a couple of days' time after seeing it. And I don't like seeing films like that where it's like, oh, that was a film I saw. I want to be like, wow, I'm still thinking about that. And this is... Again, we're talking about with Black Panther 2. That's going to be a film that's going to stick with you. And I don't know if this is going to be one of them. But it looks interesting. It looks like a lot of fun. It's coming out around Christmas. That'll be great. A lot of fun.
What character is this, by the way? The girl from West Side Story?
Yeah.
No idea.
Random. No idea. It's basically...
Forgetful.
I don't know. And that's what I'm afraid of. Don't just shoehorn characters in just because.
Right.
You're trying to make
stood there with the rest of the witches, and I think the sorcerer. Sorry, I think she's going to be one of them. I'm not feeling the whole villain side and the whole kind of big dragon on it and all that kind of looks a bit silly, but it looks. The first one was so good, and I hope they don't waste it.
I know that's my big thing. Is like, don't waste it and stop. I mean, again. Come on, man. Already. They know what we want. I want to see that confrontation between him and Black Adam. Just give us that. Literally give us that. Because that's what we want to see. But I am. It was a pretty good trailer. But again, I just don't. Here's the thing. I come to expect the cheesiness from this film because we're talking about a young kid in a god's body. You know what I mean? So we come to expect that. I didn't. Thor. Come on, no. Anyway, no. It just no. But So
Let it go, Leo. Let it go.
I'm trying.
He can't.
I'm trying.
He can't. Because I feel his pain though. I know where he's coming from.
So,
but
again, we know we will see certain things from this film. I just don't know what, but it just, again, we'll just have to kind of wait and see. Ken, what did you think about it, bro?
I thought it definitely had a lot of those comic points that the first film had. I mean, but which it should, like, because like you said, it's a young man inside of an adult God's body. You know what I'm saying? So it's supposed to have those funny kid moments and stuff. But I was actually disappointed at the end of the first film because I felt like they introduced the family too soon. You know, I felt like they could have told more of the story of just Shazam on his own, and then Billy Boston, and then gone into maybe that here, would have made more sense. But I don't know. Like Rich said, the villains, man, I don't know. They just seem a little weird. So
it looks like something from Hercules in the 90s, if everyone remembers that.
Oh my God, Xena Warrior Princess style.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So sorry, dropping that one.
No. Yeah, it's definitely a wait and see for me because I mean, I can't say it's gonna be bad or really good. I just have to see whenever it comes out around Christmas, and hopefully it holds up expectations, for what we're expecting from a
Definitely.
sequel. So
now there's a few here that we didn't really get in the interest of time because I cannot know everybody, but there's a few here that we didn't really get a chance to see. Of course, we didn't see the trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy. They kept that SDCC exclusive. Oh, you saw it?
I saw some photos, and I can tell you who we saw.
If
you want to know, that's all.
I saw like 5 seconds.
Did we see Adam?
5 seconds, right?
Did we see Adam?
Yeah, you saw Adam. But
Cam
you also
just
saw
looks so sketch. Yeah,
Lila was in there as well.
Okay.
So she was in there. I'm not sure if we're gonna see Black Jack O'Hara or not.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure we're gonna see like a group of those characters as well. But I know the was it Higher Evolutionary?
Yeah, High Evolutionary. He was in it.
So of course he's gonna be in it.
Was he? But did he have a mask? Did he wear a mask?
No, I didn't see him with no mask on though.
Have a look, Leo, because he actually came out in costume.
In the exact costume.
I know, and I didn't like the face because the face is covered.
His
with
face
looked
like it was like scary, and I'm like, oh shit, what the?
Yeah, his face is covered with an iron mask. So I don't know what the hell they're doing. I have to see it on film because what I saw at the SDCC panel, and even when he came out, people were like, "Okay, who's this?" Right? They weren't really in that. They were like, "Okay, who's this?" I mean, I know who he is, and we know who he is, but they didn't know. They were just like, okay, who's this?
Yeah.
But we already know that we're getting, things from there. But I want to bring up something else really quick here because this is what really got me excited. This is what really excited me. And when they made the announcement that this particular show will be 18 episodes.
Hell yes.
18? Damn.
18
Let's go.
episodes of Daredevil born.
Can I get a holy hell, everybody?
Again.
Holy
hell.
Now, I'm bringing this up really quick because again, we saw if anybody who saw the She-Hulk trailer, he shows up at the very end. Now, it was quick. But if you froze it, the costume was
yellow.
black,
Red
and yellow.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, we're going to get that interpretation. But they did make the announcement that we're going to get Charlie Cox and Garofalo in this film.
Nice.
And I'm so happy that we're going to get that. I'm excited that we're going to actually get this. And it's 18. If it's 18 episodes and it's a half hour, 45 minutes, and that's justified because you have 18 episodes to tell a story. 6 episodes, I hope they're getting, because he made a point to stretch that. He was like, he said 18 episodes for this show. Shane, are you a Daredevil fan, bro?
I watched the first 2 seasons, I think. But I never end up watching the third. So at this stage, I'd need to go back and rewatch it from the start. But I remember really liking the first season. So I need to go back and really rewatch everything because I won't watch this without doing that first. But yeah, I'll happily go back and watch the first and second and find out what happens. It's 3 seasons total, yeah.
Yes, and
Yeah.
also the
And
Defenders.
Defenders.
With that.
Yeah, Defenders, yeah.
Atrocious.
Did you say the Defenders or
The Defenders?
Yeah.
You can.
and how many seasons is that?
Just
One.
It's just
Thank
one.
God.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
one.
God.
'Cause
Yeah.
right, okay, go on.
Don't watch.
yeah.
Do not watch. Do not watch Iron Fist. Don't. I'm just telling
No.
you. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Skip it.
No.
Don't do it. Don't even
I might be
associate.
One
the
damn
it.
fist the whole time. One fist.
Yeah, don't do
I
it.
might be the only person that semi-enjoyed Iron Fist for just how ridiculous it was.
No, we can enjoy the ridiculousness, but we can't hold it with the weight of what was going on. Like,
Yeah.
It's like throwing Deadpool without Deadpool in it.
There
Yeah.
you go. Yeah,
The ending was so bad. The ending though was
The ending. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
like, what the is
Yeah.
going on here?
It was the worst. But again, I want to get back on topic because I don't want to
sorry.
Daredevil. So we're getting 18 episodes of Daredevil, and we know that he's going to be introduced not only in She-Hulk, but also in Echo as well. So there's going to be a running narrative, and they are really sticking heavily on this. Now, here's the thing, which was so dope, is that Kim, when you showed me that slate, and then we actually saw that he was talking about phase 6, there were empty slots, which means that list that we saw is true.
Oh, the one, the one I sent you.
The one you sent me,
Yeah.
is
That we
true.
were like, yo, I hope it's true. I'll send it to everybody. Don't worry.
It has to be true because the Midnight Suns, if they give us the Midnight Suns,
Ooh, you know.
listen, if they give us the Midnight Suns, there's a lot that there's weight to it. And there's also the Black Knight. We did see that there as well. We know that, we're getting the Kane dynasty, and then we're also getting Secret Wars. So that means that both the Russo brothers will be back to direct Secret Wars. So we
They haven't
already know
confirmed that though, have they?
They haven't, but we already know that they've been planting that seed, and Marvel knows they've been planting that seed. So we will see them back. I don't give a fuck. We are going to actually see them back. Rich, you saw this announcement. What did you think, bro?
Man, I'm so happy. This is one of my favorite Daredevil stories. Frank Miller. This is, for all you guys who haven't read the comic or the graphic novel, this is where Kingpin, obviously where we left him in season 3, he knows who Matt Murdock is. Who knows who Daredevil is?
Yeah.
And this is it's Brendan, good lad. So this is one of my favorite stories. Daredevil. If they do this, if they adapt this, or even as close as possible to this, it would be stunning. It would be unbelievable, and I think this would really set Daredevil up for future films possibilities. There's rumors that with him being in Echo and in She-Hulk, he's looking for Jessica Jones. She's gone missing. That's the rumor. So he's present, and it's obviously a small amount within those shows, but this one all out. I mean, the fact that the way that he was portrayed, Kingpin in Hawkeye, I didn't like it at all. But what is you heard me. But the other 3 seasons of
tough
Daredevil,
takes no guff.
He is unbelievable actor anyway, but the way he plays him in those shows is fantastic, and I really hope he leans into that performance than what he was like in Hawkeye. But I'm so excited about this. Charlie Cox is amazing. He's fantastic as Daredevil. I can't wait to see all the hallways he's going to kick ass in. It's going to be amazing.
Yes.
He's going to voice Daredevil in that Spider-Man freshman year cartoon.
He's doing that. We already know that Charlie Cox and his iteration of Daredevil and Daredevil in general is Kevin Feige's favorite. So he's going to he's going to make sure just Kevin Feige, please.
That's his baby.
Bring back Luke Cage. Bring Luke Cage back from me, please.
Oh yes, please do.
Does that mean Mahershala Ali is actually going to be he's going to be Blade, but he was also Cottonmouth. So
but different iteration.
Okay, I was like he going to be
different iteration. They're going with a different, totally different storyline.
Multiverse, mate. Multiverse.
Yeah,
They'll be like,
You look familiar.
Yeah, they're throwing that completely out the door, so it's going to definitely be a different.
But you can
Ben,
explain that.
Ben, what you think, man?
Oh man, I'm like beyond excited. I'm a massive fan as well of the Frank Miller run, and everything Matt Fraction has done with Daredevil as well has been incredible. So I'm just it's just a welcome return for a character that I love. You know, I think Charlie Cox proved how much he embodied kind of, you know, Matt Murdock. And do you know who I'm more of a fan of than Daredevil though? Kingpin. So just shoehorn that fucker in everything, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just really, that shot in the She-Hulk trailer.
Definitely.
I had to change my pants.
Marco, did you see it, man? Did you see the trailer?
I did, and I'm such a dummy though. I stopped the She-Hulk trailer before the end. Come on, how long we've been doing this? I should have known.
Come on,
and so then I saw pictures on Twitter. I was like, oh gosh, what was I thinking? So incredibly psyched that this Daredevil series is being relaunched. I'm curious to see if they're going to continue with off of season 3 or just kind of do a soft reboot. It's hard to say, but I'm really, really excited. I am a bit concerned about 18 episodes though, because the weakness of the Netflix series to me was like there was too much room and too much like fluff. So I'm a bit more confident the MCU could like tighten it up, or excuse me, this film division could tighten it up and like do 18 episodes justice. But that's a bit scary to me. That being said, come on, give us all the Daredevil, and I'm gonna need that hot toy of the new outfit for sure.
Hell yeah.
Hell yes.
Hell yeah, definitely. And finally, Lou, what you think about this, bro?
I didn't get to see the trailer, but I already knew he was going to be in there, due to leaks and certain other things that I was dipping my toe into. But I'm excited that everyone else is excited. And me, I loved the Netflix series until a certain point. Oh, and we're not going to talk about Bruno. But I'm grateful that we're going to get 18 episodes. I just hope that it's not all fluff. Lecture. But we need to see all these characters go into fruition. But have you noticed a pattern? They'll show us the first appearance on one character, bring us all the way to their classics. We won't get the classic iteration right then and there. We'll see the classic iteration at the end, i.e. Iron Man, right? And then you see a flip with some of the other characters, like, okay, here's their modern take, and then we're going to give them the, classic suit later on, and then never give them their first appearance.
Yeah.
This is that first appearance look that we didn't get, but it looks like it's gonna get people wild. If you guys are all hyped for Yellow Red, I can't wait to see how the costume looks in its entirety, because I haven't seen it yet. So I'm anxious now.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting, man. Definitely going to be exciting times. Everybody out there, man, again, if you haven't watched that trailer, you want to definitely take a look at it, man. In the interest of time, like I said, there's a lot more that we could actually cover, but we're going to kind of stale it there. Thanks, everybody, for basically being on the panel. Some stuff that's actually, and again, great talk about the future of, again, there's a lot. And we didn't even actually get to the meat, which was the simple fact that they finally made that announcement or in the date that we're going to get the Fantastic Four, but they didn't go into the panel. I mean, they didn't go into like the casting. They didn't talk about that. We just know that there's going to be 2 Avengers events, again, which is the Avengers Kane Dynasty and also Secret Wars. So that's 2 things to be expected coming forward from that. But yeah, all in all, SDCC, hit or miss for some people. I guess it was cool. I mean, it was good for it being back the first year in like 2 years, 3 years now?
2 years.
2 years now. So, I mean, so it was a good entry, and expecting more. But again, everybody out there, thank you for being with us. Rich, what you got coming up on your channel, man?
Well, I'm on 1-6-figure focus channel tomorrow doing visions, which I can't wait for. We're going to have a good chat. Really looking forward to that. Then I'm on holiday for a week. So there's going to be no content from me at all, I'm afraid. But it would be nice to have a few more subscribers to come home to.
Yes.
So
make sure,
if you can,
make sure.
Thank you. If you can follow me at Reviews with Rich and Collectibles Reviews with Rich on Instagram, and if you search Reviews with Rich on YouTube, I'm also on there, where I do film, TV reviews, as well as 6 scale and quarter scale reviews. I've got a lot backed up to actually release and review. I've got a lot coming in as well, which will be awesome. So yeah, again, thank you all for having me.
Definitely, thank you for being here. And Focus, cleanest man, the cleanest man in the collecting community, and the cleanest content creator. What's going on with you, bro?
I just make a point not to swear in my content. I swear like a pirate most of the times. So thanks very much for letting me on the stream. And thanks very much to people in the chat for engaging and stuff like that. So in about 15 minutes, I am going to be doing the next episode of Visions with Brendan Riley.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be interesting. I hear he's a bit of an enabler.
Yeah.
So really looking forward to spending about an hour or so chatting with him. I think we're up to episode like 16 of Visions now. So really enjoying the series. And like Rich said, tomorrow, basically it'll be the next episode of Visions, and it's all scheduled. So if you want to know the times for your time zone, just go onto my channel. I'm looking for a request, folks. I'm 29 subs away from 1,000.
1K.
29.
So let me be clear what I want. I don't want 29 people in the chat to sub. I'm looking for one dedicated psychopath to set up 29 burner channels and sub 29 times. One psychopath. Just one psychopath. Do me a solid. Set up 29 different YouTube accounts and sub. I'll take that. They don't have to be real people. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for, folks. If you have checked out the channel and you like the content, sub. I would not expect you to sub if you didn't. I have to apologize directly to Marco. I called him Mario by mistake, and I know his name. It was just silly when I was making my "I thought you were Irish" joke. But it was a Shawshank Redemption reference. If you get it, you get it.
Didn't even catch it.
Yeah, I'm too honest for my own good. Yeah, thanks very much for having me. Look, if you checked out the channel, I really appreciate it. If you've subbed, if you like the content. If you don't, that's cool. All right, thanks.
Man, thanks for being here as always, bro. You know it's your home. So again, always a pleasure to have you here. Marco, man, thank you for being here with us tonight or today, man. It's your morning, so I know you got to get off and get some breakfast soon. So definitely thank you for being here, man. Tell us what you got going on, bro.
Yeah, first, thank you for having me. This was a blast. It's always a pleasure to stream with some of my favorite people in this community. So it was a great way to start my morning. On our channel 1/6fix. Go check us out if you haven't already. I just put up a San Diego Comic-Con kind of supercut of my favorite things that I saw there. It was my first time kind of going to a big convention like that, since my dad and I, or our whole family, used to go to, I think it was the Kenner convention. It used to happen in Anaheim.
Mm-hmm.
He would sell these figures called starting lineups, which are like football, basketball. So yeah, so I hadn't been to one of these since I was a kid. And of course, Comic-Con's like the biggest one out there. So an incredible time. So go check out that video. My wife Gigi and I do a podcast called the She Said No podcast, and we should be dropping an episode here soon. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. So yeah, go check us out. And I am only 70 subscribers away from being 600. No, I'm joking. But if you're not subscribed to our channel yet, definitely go check us out. Sorry, Shane, I was trying to channel my inner salesperson. You do it so well, man. I got to learn here.
Listen, man, if you don't put it out there and ask, you don't get. It's that
true.
simple. You need that call to action. And everyone here who's making content deserves the sub. It's that simple. They're putting in time, whether they like it or not. I enjoy making content, but it still is time, and it's free. Sorry, Mark, I didn't mean to cut across it, but you want to just click the button for 1/6fix, please. Sorry.
My man, appreciate you.
Definitely. Come on, man. It's just that easy. Just click it. Like, come on, man. Just follow 1/6fix on IG and YouTube. Great content over there. And again, we bring this stuff to you almost every week, sometimes every other day. And all we ask for is a like and subscribe. And also, share this with your friends, share this with your neighbor, man. It's like I said, so we can continue to let this community grow. So definitely we need that. Cam, what's going on with you, brother? What you got going on next, man?
You know what? Since y'all made it sound so easy, if y'all ain't subscribed to my channel, get your ass in there and hit that damn subscribe button right now. Okay, I'm gonna send a local to y'all's houses. All right,
for the best Yu-Gi-Oh content out there.
For the
we
best,
need 2 psychopaths.
You are following, we need 2 psychopaths to catch me up to Shane. I need everybody to make 1,000 damn profiles right now. Okay. No, man. So I'm still working on that. Thank you for having me. I'm sorry, I'm skipping. I got a little off track. Thank you for having me, man. Another day, beautiful Sunday. Being here with you guys on my favorite show. You'll be able to catch me later on tonight on Will's channel. I'll be on Will's later on tonight as well for his show. And then I am still working on my video for this Panther milk. But you guys can catch me at Cam's Collection on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Wow.
You better hurry up with that video. My milk's gone off.
I know everybody's like, tell LaToya, man, I am making the video, man. Like I'm making it. And I know people are like,
she wants it.
Hell?
She wants it ASAP,
like,
bro. She's been asking about that.
So I'm gonna drop it this week, 100%.
Make sure you do, bro.
You gotta share the ingredients, Cam.
I'm gonna list it.
Because I went to the grocery store yesterday and I bought everything because I don't know.
It's gonna get spoiled, bro. It's gonna get spoiled.
Nutmeg.
I don't even know what kale is, and now I have it.
Man, come on, man.
We'll figure out how to use that then. We'll just throw it.
Jesus Christ.
Cousin Cam, thank you for basically being here, man. Always a pleasure. Ben, what you got coming up next, man?
So I dropped a figure showcase of my Hot Toys Wicket and Hot Toys Darth Maul. You can also check out my Miss Marvel review that has recently been posted on there as well as my Thor Love and Thunder review, which Lael really likes because I basically say how much I love the film. So he's a big fan of that review video. But yeah, thanks so much for having me. Miles is on order, guys. Miles is on order, so he is hopefully going to.
Nice. I
say he should be here next weekend. I've got it from a certain website that we talk about a lot. That's a bit of a hot potato. So, and it's been processing for 2 days now, so I'm starting to sweat a little bit.
It'll take a week.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll be here by next week, but if not, the week after for sure. And then I feel bad because Shane's show is going to be on at the same time. But if you wanted to kind of do double duty or whatever, I'm going to be on a Boys and Their Toys show over on Triple G Comics in about 10 minutes as well. So if you want to watch the rewind or whatever of Eva, that'll be fine with me. And subscribe to my damn channel as well.
Open up 2 windows and watch us both and subscribe.
There you go.
There you go.
So
split screens.
The moral of everything on this panel is: look, just open up the cheat code, subscribe, create a whole bunch of dummy ass accounts, and just make sure that you. Now, here the problem is, just don't cancel those dummy accounts. Just forget them as long as they're still there, and just make sure you get these guys to come on, man. I mean, again, I can't
what they
say
gotta do,
enough.
Lael? Do you know what they gotta do, Lael? They got to open up one of the dummy accounts on one device and click playlist on loop.
Yeah.
And then go over to the other one. Easy.
And just do that. Hey, that's just the way to do it. You're hearing it first. But here, listen, again, all seriousness aside, man, everybody on here is putting out incredible content. And you just need to do it. Like, it's just, just subscribe, hit that like button, get these people out here, man. This is what we do. Lou, let people know what's going on so we can close out, bro.
All right. First and foremost, Half Show Saturday yesterday was dope. We covered a lot of the smaller scale stuff. You guys got to check it out. If you're a Turtle fan, if you're into, Mortal Kombat, you're into all these other stuff that's been shown. We even showed off a little bit of statues. So, that stream was tough. I enjoyed that stream. It was me, Brother Cousins, and P-Rock. So, it was awesome. And what I have coming up next would be Geeking Out later tonight. S-Beam on Monday, if I could make it. No sleep for daddy. Maz is on Tuesdays. Wednesdays, Geeking Out. And maybe a Say What if you have, a slot for me. And then Thursday we're having a break from Best of the Best because Jay won't be doing his thing, and then that will be the day that I would have a double dose unboxing for Thursday. Thursday will be my double dose of unboxing, so you'll see an unboxing of these two guys, both Tommies, dope figures for the price, dope, and my Mezco unboxing of the Pink Skulls. All in that same day. So you're going to get a twofer on Thursday. And then Friday, Figure Flex Friday. Get ready for Figure Flex Friday. Get ready because we got a theme coming up for you guys that I think is going to be dope. I think it's going to be dope. So with that being said, make sure you go to my channel, hit the like, subscribe. I got 465 on the subs. I'm trying to get to the goal of 500. I'm almost there. I'm just a little bit, just a little bit close. Just there. Do that and sub to everybody else. Hit the bell notification so that way you can always see when any of us pops up on the stream. And love everybody. Hug everybody. Enjoy your collections and buy wisely. Buy wisely.
Buy wisely, definitely, man. Thank you for that, man. Everybody out there, thank you for being a part of today's show. It was a great show, great panel as always. Again, we will see you next week, same time, same channel. Again, it's not always about collecting what you love, but collecting in general. I must say that and can keep saying that. Be kind to everybody out there. Also, just keep in mind that, again, what you say and how you say it can affect the world. So be positive when you say it, hopefully. But again, love you guys. Until next week, see you again. We out. Peace. Now, I didn't close this out for a particular reason because I just want to say something real quick. I need to say this. Hell yeah. Riley brings up a very interesting point. Get my black ass to 3,000. I am almost there. Get me to 3,000. Hit that like button, damn it. Yes. If you haven't already subscribed, I am almost to 3,000. I'm going to have a giveaway at 3,000. So make sure you get me there. Come on, man. That's all I need to say. And we are out. I ain't going to talk no